Okay, apparently we are online.
Yay!
Just making sure everything's working. It's not showing up on here yet.
Are you going to take us into the show?
Yeah, in just a minute.
Isn't there like a lag time on the broadcast?
There is. We're just trying to make sure everything's working sound-wise and whatnot.
That's in case of any bad words. There's a delay.
Pardon the technical difficulties here, folks.
These are technical difficulties.
Technically.
We're just getting started.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And I introduce myself with the full name every time.
What is your full name?
Christopher Llewellyn Edwards.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think he wears a sweater vest.
I got nothing.
I can't think of anything right now. I'm thinking.
I was trying to come up with a name pun on high prices, and I just couldn't come up with a name.
All right, we're ad supported.
Yahoo.
Let's see.
I keep rolling back to Vincent Price, and it's not working.
Okay.
Hey.
So it is apparently working. And I hear sound. Okay. We got everything we need. I'll go and bring us in. Well, hello, Backward Compatible listeners. Welcome to episode number 54 of the Backward-Compatible.com podcast. I'm Chris, and this is Doc.
Hi.
And this is Jim over here.
Hello.
And we've got three guests with us today for our holiday special. We've got Brian McKittrick.
Hello.
Will Parsons.
Hello.
And Sarah Wells.
Hello.
Guess is a strong word.
I've been here before.
They've been here before, yeah.
I do a lot of things here. Well, some things.
And today, because it's our holiday special, we're doing it live. And I said 54. The observant ones among you might notice we haven't released 53 yet. It's because that's going to be released first on the actual podcast. But you guys are time traveling, and you actually get to hear 54 before 53. So,
Or are we time traveling?
How am I in all of the time traveling episodes?
it's a good question.
I'm impressed by it.
Have the others aired yet? I don't.
They're time
Yes,
traveling
they
episodes because you're here.
They will have already been aired
Okay, got it.
soon.
Got
That
it.
makes sense.
But today we're also doing a bit of a sort of crossover with our other show, Roll With It, where we do storytelling through role-playing games.
Mhm.
And so instead of having a meaty topic of discussion, we're going to have a little bit of holiday fun and play the Poppleton Mall scenario for Fiasco.
That was the name of it.
Good
What's a Poppleton?
A Poppleton.
question. I think we'll figure that out as we play.
Okay.
Wait.
But Fiasco is a game by...
It's a dessert.
No, it's an 80s toy.
Yeah,
Popples.
stuff in
Yeah,
it.
the
Oh.
Popples, of
Yeah,
course.
they turn inside out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those
Don't
are-
try that with your.
Are we all Popples?
Okay.
We're not human characters. We're Popples.
No, that's a different Fiasco playset.
Okay.
I've actually seen
Yeah.
that one. It's
Yeah.
called Small Things.
But it's a Fiasco is a game by Bully Pulpit Games, and it's kind of like Coen Brothers films. You have ordinary people with lots of big ambitions and very poor impulse control, and things are going to go terribly, terribly wrong before the end. So it's bound to be lots of fun. Before we get started with that, we're going to go and do our opening segments, backward compatible style, and we'll start out with the button bosh. So, guests, what have you guys been playing recently?
Who wants to go first?
I can.
Okay.
Actually, most of what I've been playing is a really, really delayed game called Rodea Sky Knight or Sky Soldier. I don't really remember which name it is because the first time I heard it, it was one way and they changed it.
I'm pretty sure it's Sky Soldier.
It's Sky Soldier.
Yeah,
now?
yeah. We talked a little
Okay.
bit about it.
Yeah. Originally, it
What
was Sky
system are
Knight.
you playing on, by the way?
Wii.
Wii. Okay.
Yeah, I actually pre-ordered it, so I got both copies of it. Highly recommend the Wii version over the Wii U version. The Wii U version looks really nice and plays horribly.
Oh, wow.
Partly because what they did, the game was actually finished. This is 2015, like 2012, 2011, I think.
So you time traveled back to get the game.
No.
And then took it forward.
No, that's the problem. So, Yuji Naka had finished development, shipped it off to, I can't remember the name of the studio, but the 3DS had just come out, and so they were porting it across. During that, the Wii U came out, so they ported the 3DS port across to it and released that. It's not great. So the game got delayed for all those years.
So the 3DS port you also would not recommend.
It's better than the Wii U port, but it was designed to be played on the Wii. It was designed for the Wii, and that's how it plays best. The interface is a lot of fun.
This is an action game.
You haven't
Yeah,
described
sort
the
of.
game yet.
It's like Knights in a 3D world. So the 3D stages in Knights,
Oh, okay.
all of that, you use the targeting sensor on the Wiimote, aim for your target, and you do parabolic arcs to fly through it. So you're jumping, a little bit like Ristar, if anyone's played that.
I think I've seen it a little bit, yeah.
I play more Rise Star than I have Knights, to be honest.
Yeah. It's a little more like Rise Star. And to get a good speed going, you have to keep arcing and moving through it. The only issue that I've had with it, the Japanese voice dub on my copy of the disc lags in a few places, which is kind of sad. And I cannot physically hold my arm up at the screen. I've got my TV set wrong. So I'm doing this for an hour or two, and that's how all the control works.
That's just exercise. Just switch hands when you're ready. You're gonna come in here. You're gonna have like these massive forearms.
Basically.
Your shoulders are gonna be up to here.
So that's sadly really my only complaint about it. The storyline is average, but it's more about the gameplay because Yuji Naka, his games are more centered around what game mechanic is he using.
For those that may not know the name or thinking like, who is that guy? You want to tell us who Yuji Naka is?
He's most famous for Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes.
He's the original programmer
Right.
for Sonic the Hedgehog. He's not the artist who designed Sonic the Hedgehog. He's the programmer for the game.
And he also did Knights too, didn't
Yes.
he? Yeah.
So he made Knights, and this game is it's closer to Knights. There's a lot of carryover to it. The same principle of you're playing as an android that might have been a bad guy, is not now, that kind of a thing.
Does he do all the character design too?
No, he
For
doesn't.
his games? I'm curious because his games tend to have these kind of like weird characters in them.
He doesn't. I know that with Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic was actually designed by a guy, and I'm going to butcher the pronunciation on the name, so I apologize. Naoto Oshima. He did the design. He also did the design for Blinks the Cat and a few other. He's a pretty popular designer.
You mean Blaze, I think?
No, Blinks.
Blinks?
Blinks the Cat is from the
right.
Time,
Yeah.
Blinks Time games, whatever they're called.
It's like the Poochie of his portfolio.
So he doesn't he doesn't design the characters himself every time.
Yeah.
But he does programming, and the Probe Studio, I think that's how you pronounce the name of that, is his studio independently. It's an independent studio that got in under Sega's subsidy. They were subsidizing indie studios, trying to get more game companies out there. And that was one of them that got subsidized. They mostly have done mobile games. This is their first major console game. And it's worth a play. It's enjoyable. I like it. And like I mentioned on a few other times, it is actually a brand new intellectual property. And we cannot have enough brand new intellectual properties.
No, it's good. There's a lot, and part of that too. Whenever I see people complain about, oh yeah, there's just too many remakes in gaming, I think part of that is because people just aren't looking for the new properties.
Yeah.
There's a lot that come out. I mean, any given year, you see a ton of them, and sure, sometimes it's not. Sometimes the games are not worth going through, but there's a lot of new properties. There's a couple of pretty cool games that I've been looking at. Some JRPGs on the 3DS that have come out recently. They're both also new properties. Like what is it? Legend of Legacy, something like that. Have you heard of that? Is that the name of it?
I think so.
It's by the people that did the Saga games, Romancing Saga games. And it's a new property. There's tons of stuff on. I know both the 3DS, 3DS especially, has been getting a lot of these sort of
3DS
new
is
games.
really good for brand new properties, which is kind of why I like it.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's move right along. Sarah, do you have any game that you've been playing recently you want to talk about?
Well, I've been fighting a cold for several weeks, and most of my time actually goes to my graphic novels. So as much as I love gaming, but I do have one that I recently got that I'm really excited to play, and it's called The Machine of Death, and it's based actually off of a short story collection, the premise of which is you give this machine a sample of your blood, and it gives you a card and tells you how you're going to die. It's just one word or phrase. It may or may not be very clear. So like if it says old age, maybe you live to be like 96, or maybe you get run over by an old woman who fell asleep at the wheel.
And is this like a narrative, like it's like text adventure, or? Well,
it's actually a card game.
Okay, card game.
So basically, because this machine exists in the world of the game, assassinations have become challenging. You have to take someone's death prediction into account, or you will fail to assassinate them. So using a combination of black market gift cards and basically beating the dice, you come up with these crazy, ridiculous schemes to kill your target based on their death prediction. And there's like, it's focused on the storytelling, so there's like a lot of collaboration. Like you figure out, okay, you're a team of assassins working on these different targets, and if you succeed in killing 4 people, you win. if you fail to kill one of them, you lose. But yeah, like the example in the book talks about like, okay, so this guy's gonna die by fire. Okay, so let's build a brick wall around him, fill it up, and then they try gasoline first, but that doesn't work, and then they switch to napalm, and then finally they wind up just having a flying saucer abduct him and drop him on the Olympic torch somewhere, which actually makes sense when you like read through it and look at the cards. It actually makes total sense. So
this is a violent game.
Very. There's a variation where you take some of the cards and you play with like kind of an apples to apples cards against humanity mechanic. Only you're all psychopaths and you're trying to decide how to kill your hostages, like whose hostage is going to die by submitting the death cards. So it is somewhat violent, but also very silly.
Do you know who put this game out?
Yes. Well, Wondermark is it's like an online webcomic. David Malky, Ryan North, and the guy who does Nedroid Picture Diary are the main ones. And then they got a bunch of other webcomic artists together, and they've got some scenarios that like they got people to contribute.
Okay, cool.
So
Was this like through a Kickstarter project, or
it was through Kickstarter originally, but I bought it actually at a local store here. So
How recent is that? Because I read all those
Few years.
comics and I haven't heard of this like ever.
The original short story collection came out, I want to say 2011 or 2010.
Huh.
The game was a few years later.
So yeah, I keep planning to bring it on Saturday and then being sick. So yeah.
cool? Sounds interesting, actually.
My
I'm
turn.
looking forward
Ryan?
to it.
Your turn. Yep.
You've had plenty of time to think.
I haven't been able to play many games lately. Though one game, which was also a Kickstarter, Darkest Dungeon, which is one that I wasn't initially interested in because I'm not a huge fan of turn-based RPGs. But it quickly grew on me. It's less about the turn-based combat and more about management of what you have and what you basically have to take the lumps you're handed and have to deal with setbacks.
Is this the first person dungeon crawler? No, okay.
That's Grimrock. That's
okay.
different.
Maybe I'm mixing it up with another.
Darkest Dungeon is where you inherit essentially a manor that has fallen into a state of decay that has corrupted the surrounding countryside because your ancestor who gave
Open
it
a portal to hell.
Yeah, essentially. Or
Yeah, I've played this.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
and so you have to clear it out of the Eldritch abominations that have infested it by hiring adventurers that come seeking glory, usually find death. And there's like 10 or 9 different classes now. They just added one a few weeks ago. Each that have specific abilities and skills that make them best suited for certain roles and where that you position them. Every character can have 4 skills equipped, and you can only use each skill has a specific position in the row and target. So if you're standing in the front, you can only use skills that allow you to use them from the front. And so certain characters are best suited to standing in front of everyone else and getting hit.
How many characters are in your party then? 4? Okay.
But you can hire more up to, at max upgrades, I think you can get 25.
But how many do you use in battle at one time?
4.
Just 4? Okay. You just swap them out based on...
Oh, no, you have they're lined up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the enemy is on the other side. And so each of them are specifically tailored to fit what kind of enemy you fight and where you fight them in. And so like the Crusader is one that's best in the front lines, and he has a lot of abilities that hit the front 2 enemy slots. While like someone like the Jester is very interesting, where his moves actually move his position. So he slides back and forth as he uses abilities, which is really fun because there's one that pushes him to the front of the line and one he can only use in the front of the line that does a ton of damage.
Nice.
And so it's a combination. There's the secondary mechanic to just health. All characters have health. They also have another bar of, I think it's stress.
Yeah, stress.
Yeah, that goes up to 200. When it hits 100, characters have to test their resolve. which is a hidden dice roll.
And they often fail.
Yeah. And when they fail, they develop an affliction, which is usually something that causes more stress for other party members or prevents them from taking actions because they're paranoid, cowardly, or masochistic and desire getting hit. Sometimes, and there are ways to improve the chances of this happening, but sometimes they will stand in the face of adversity and get stronger. They will develop a virtue, which only lasts until the end of the dungeon you're in, but it gives them a lot. It gives them extra stress resistance, improves the resistance of their comrades, and gives them buffs sometimes. So managing the stress levels of your party is really important because once they hit 100, usually it's a bad thing. Once they hit 200, they have a chance of instantly dying from a heart attack. It used to be once they hit 200, they just die permanently, but now they've changed it to be there's a ticking time bomb now.
Okay.
And when they hit 0 hit points, they don't immediately die. They are at the
Death's door.
Yes. And if they get hit again, there's a
die.
chance.
So how is the? Cause I just looked it up because I was curious. I was thinking of a different game, but I noticed the art style has this very like dark kind of inked tone, like very very dark colors.
Yeah, that's very deliberate. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about? I mean, I just flipping through, I was like, hey, this is a pretty beautiful game, but
I think the art's really. I think the art does a lot to set the tone beyond just what the mechanics do, because the mechanics make you feel like, okay, should I push ahead or pull out because everyone's stressed out? I'm at half health on everyone. I don't have any healing abilities. I can't. Can I really finish this mission or should I leave? Because leaving, I don't get any rewards. I get half the stuff I would have picked up, and everyone gets a ton of stress. And the art style just immerses you in it almost. It makes you. I've spent too many hours in one long stretch playing that game. Like, oh, what time is it? Oh, I should go to bed.
That's how you know you found a game that you really enjoy. Though. That's good. So it sounds like you're enjoying it quite a bit.
And the developers are really good about listening to feedback too. They've been constantly patching and updating it from what I've seen. So that's a good relationship to have with your players.
And this is a PC game. Okay.
Very cool.
Cool.
All right, so I think we're going to transition to our next segment now. And I wanted to mention, too, that for those of you watching, if you'd like to interact with the show, we have a hashtag going on Twitter, hashtag holiday compatible. If you use that, we'll see your tweets and we'll be able to respond if you have anything to say there. There's, of course, also the live chat in YouTube. Please don't abuse it like most live YouTube streams. I don't think our audience is going to, but if you've ever watched a live YouTube event, you instantly hide the chat because it's terrible. But with that being said,
I like a little abuse personally. So, if you want to abuse a little bit, just don't go overboard.
There you go.
So that's why we do a podcast with you.
Yeah, there we go.
Salty. But our new segment that we're going to be debuting today is called Wish List. And basically it's where we're going to be talking about not games we've been playing, but games that are coming out soon that we're looking forward to and why and that sort of thing. But we're also going to put a little twist on it this time because it's the Christmas season and Hanukkah season and Kwanzaa season and all that sort of fun stuff. The giving of gifts. And so we're going to sort of pose the question here today. What games are either out or coming out soon that you think would make good gifts for different types of gamers or people that you actually intend to give a gift to? Anyone?
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll start. I mean, the first thing that came to mind, I'll kind of hit both points here. I've been really looking forward to Persona 5 for a while because I was a big fan of the Persona series. It's a Japanese RPG series. Typically, you're both a high school character, and but you're also dealing with essentially demons, and everyone has their own sort of persona, which is like this kind of a demonic personification of your true self, that kind of thing. It's the gameplay is kind of a mix between a high school like life simulation, but also a dungeon crawler. So it kind of bridges multiple genres.
You basically have to fit your dungeoneering into your daily life.
Yes,
which is kind of awesome.
Yeah, it's a very different sort of game, and I really got into Persona 4. So I've been looking forward to Persona 5 for a while. It kept getting pushed back, and it should be coming, I believe, in February. Was what I
heard 2016. I'm not sure when exactly, but yeah,
I may have made up February, but I think that's about when it's coming. And then for wish list for someone else. Oh geez, I probably would look at. Well, I actually could see Persona 5. I could see my sister wanting Persona 5 as well. So that might be something that I could look at. Also, possibly the upcoming. That's a little too far away. That I'm not sure about. I'll have to probably think about that one and
Cool.
get back to you.
Yeah, if you think of anything, go ahead and try them on in. As for myself, I know that a gift I'm trying to get for someone, my brother and I are going to pitch in to buy our niece Yoshi's Woolly World.
Oh, that's good.
Because I actually
Yeah.
bought her we've been getting her slowly into Mario, and she's a big fan of Yoshi. And so we got one of those like little plushie.
I'm a little confused. Yoshi, what kind of sound is that?
Washi.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
The music in that game is too placid. It's my roommate picked it up, and we tried playing co-op, and it's just you can't. Easy listening music. The whole game.
Okay.
I
didn't even know there was a co-op mode.
Yeah, there is. You can both play at the same time. It's great. It's less zany than the Mario Brothers games that they've been doing, but still fun.
But the whole reason we're trying to get that is because we got her the little plushy yarn amiibo Yoshi.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Which is cool because it's not like the typical statue on a stand. It's like a little plush doll with the amiibo scanner in it. But it's funny because we bought the amiibo first, and now we're getting the game to go with it. So I think it's kind of reverse of what it was meant to be. Although I figure Nintendo marketed it intentionally so that it could go both ways.
There's a lot of people that buy those amiibos that don't even get a game that you could possibly be compatible with. I know people that buy them that don't even have a Wii U either. So.
Yeah, because they're nice little figurines.
Yeah,
they're not
exactly.
like super fancy, but for the price, they're actually pretty nice. So good collectibles.
What were you looking forward to yourself?
That's a good question. At some point, I want to grab Star Wars Battlefront and the newest Need for Speed. Both of those I'm probably going to wait until a price drop because I don't think I care to buy them or make someone else buy them at full price. But I am going to check those out at some point probably. And Persona 5. That one's
You're also looking forward to
Persona. Very, very hyped about Persona 5.
Is that going to be harder than Persona 4? Because Persona 4 stressed me out, man. I couldn't.
It's
about halfway
it's
through,
hard.
I couldn't keep going.
It's a hard game. I just love some of the dungeon design that they had was pretty interesting. I love the dungeon that was set up like a like old school retro dungeon crawler. So it very much had like everything was pixelated, and it felt like you're this hero. It was kind of based. I guess it was sort of a Dragon Quest inspired, that kind of thing.
Nice.
Kind of a parody of all that. It's one of the later dungeons though. It's like I want to say maybe the second from last. So you have to get pretty deep before you get to it. But each of them kind of had their own theme. I loved how the dungeon was kind of focused on at the end, getting the character that you're helping to kind of come to some realization about themselves. And so you really learn a lot more about your party members than you do in some other games.
And they're doing that in 5.
Well,
in
that's
5 as
kind
well?
of, it's kind of a theme of Persona. So
Okay.
I would assume so.
I've only played 4.
Yeah.
So it's just half of 4.
4 was awesome. If it was just the difficulty, I would probably recommend to first timers just play through on easy or casual mode.
It wasn't the difficulty; it was the stress of having to balance the fact that
right,
none of my friends wanted to hang out with each other, so I had to pick one.
Okay.
And I also had to keep my grades up, and
Yes,
I also had
yeah.
to go in the team and help everybody die.
Yeah.
It's like this is getting a little bit too
And-
real
and,
right now.
and you had to maintain a job, and you had to go. I mean, I
It's too
kind of
much.
love that.
It was great, but I hit a point where if there's always a point in visual novels and things like that where someone comes up to me and says, "Decide this," and it splits the game, and I can't. And I lock up, and I can't, and I go and I play a different game.
I gotta say that game also had some. It had a pretty gruesome, pretty nasty twist that kind of hits you as well. I don't want to spoil everything, but
Yeah, I haven't hit that one yet.
it definitely. I'm sure Chris knows what I'm talking about, but yeah, it was. There's a point in the game where it's a little hard to kind of keep going, but okay, Doc, do you have any game that you have on your wish list or a wish list for someone else?
On my wish list?
On your wish list.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I actually want to pick up Battlefront. That's the only thing that I even put on my Christmas list video game wise. I've been gushing about Fallout, so I won't talk about that anymore.
Well, it can't be on your wish list. You're already playing it.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
No, season pass maybe?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna end up doing. No, I already bought the season pass.
Okay.
Actually, now that I think about it.
The official strategy guide then?
Yeah, I have that too.
Okay.
Sorry. Just sorry.
A replica power armor suit.
There you go. If
There
you
you
want to
go.
get me that. That's but no, actually, the gamer that I buy for the most often is my dad, and he's 65-ish years old. But he has probably logged more hours of Grand Theft Auto than me. All said and done, and he is an even bigger Assassin's Creed fan than I am. So the problem is that I would get him the new Assassin's Creed Syndicate, but he already has it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, he's the reason why I was able to play it early access, because he lives in kind of a small town and he shares my card because they don't care. And so when he registers a game, it shows up on my account. So they called me and were like, "Hey, we see you're a really big fan. You want to come to a thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So yeah, in fact, we got that free swag, because I got the
I was gonna say you could have given him like the gauntlet.
The funny thing is, I actually gave that away at Halloween to a friend of mine's kid, and my dad came the very next week. He's like, "All right, show me the gauntlet." I'm like, I kind of gave it away.
You what? But you made a young boy very happy.
I did.
Oh, that boy probably didn't even know what he was getting.
12-year-old's Halloween, so $60 value MSRP.
Nice.
But
He's got it in his closet somewhere. Buried under
That's MSRP. Emphasis
No,
on
he
the S.
wears it every day to school. He loves it.
So
He's a really popular kid then.
what I tend to do is to re-up Dad's PS Plus subscription.
Oh, that works.
For Christmas. So,
It's not that good.
Dad, if you're listening to this, that's not what you're getting at all.
Except it is.
Except it might be.
Are you getting any games for Ian?
No, he's not quite to that stage yet. We download the free iPad stuff, and he just goes squee. So
Aww.
It's more of a shriek, really.
yeah, it is. Squee's cuter though, so we'll pretend.
It's a onomatopoeia that sounds cute, but actually is horrifying in practice.
The cat believes so.
Listen, especially since he does it at the cat most often.
Oh yes, directly cat scream. Anyway,
So about you guys?
Well, I already did some Christmas shopping in terms of games. So my cousins are just starting to get their weird game collection together, which is fantastic. Like I was telling them different things at the store the other day. We were at Madness and like, okay, so this is Pandemic, this is Catan, this is Arkham Horror, and just what all those things are. And they wound up getting their first ever copy of Settlers of Catan, which is great. And for Christmas, I thought it might be nice to just some simple card games, because I also introduced them to Love Letter and Sushi Go on Thanksgiving.
yes, good stuff.
So they already got those, but 11Z's and Lords of Scotland, I don't think they have yet, but they will.
Lords of Scotland.
So yeah, so those are gonna be fun.
Cool.
Well, I didn't know we were talking about table talk stuff, because that's a whole different list.
Wait, what?
Let's,
I have
let's maybe hold off now.
Yeah, I have my Christmas list, and then I have my board games that I want list. That's
I
a separate.
still really want to play that one where you're talking to that space guy Taylor and trying to keep him alive on another planet.
Oh, Lifeline.
Yeah.
I want to play that.
You'll like the sequel too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy. I think it's still only a couple of bucks.
Yeah,
right?
Lifeline's like $1.
Yeah.
I should probably get it, but then I have to.
It's actually, it doesn't take too long to play through, especially because
No.
you do it in like 5-minute chunks, if even.
That
so.
might be the only thing I would actually have time for.
Well, there you go.
Which
It's a perfect snacking game.
that may be what winds up happening. So
So on my own wish list,
Sure.
Star Fox Zero.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
Doesn't
Yeah.
need explanation.
Yeah.
It just I'm a huge Star Fox fan.
Surfax.
Yeah, I knew these.
Printer game.
Huge Star Fox fan. I've played every game. I've got every game. I still hits me right there when I finish Star Fox 64 every time. It's one of my favorite game series of all time.
Some people I noticed, or some fans had some concern that there was ground as well, like ground vehicles. What do you think about that?
I enjoyed Star Fox Command. I enjoyed Star Fox Adventures. I enjoyed Star Fox Assault. Yes, the ground missions will be annoying. I will still have fun playing the game. So
I like how you just automatically are like, yeah, the ground missions will be annoying.
yeah, I mean, they're not my thing. Like the tank mission in Star Fox 64 is great. It's fun, but it's only one level. I don't know. I kind of trust the developers. There are very few Star Fox games. Even the unreleased Lilat Wars is kind of fun, even though it's glitchy and buggy. They're all fun. It just doesn't matter. What I like about it is the fact that it's not a sequel. It's not a prequel. It's just, guys, Star Fox exists. Here's a new Star Fox story. Who cares what else has been done? We're making this again. It's not a remake of Star Fox 64. It's not a sequel. It's not it's just a Star Fox game.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I love that concept.
I mean, you could say that about a lot of Nintendo series, though. Like Legend of Zelda does the same thing.
Except Zelda has a
X,
timeline.
yeah.
Yeah, but not really.
No, but really.
It really does have a
but
timeline.
hold on a
Officially
second.
stated canon.
Hold on a second, though. It doesn't really, though, because when you're playing a game, it's not like this is now the sequel, like you were talking about, to a previous Zelda game. It's not presented that way.
No, they do.
Yes, there is an
there.
official timeline, but you were talking about sequels, and that's not the way the games are presented.
Right. It doesn't depend on the other games.
Correct.
It was
They
retconned.
they are presented as separate entities that were later retconned as part of a whole timeline, which is fine. I see what
Although
you're saying about
occasionally
that,
they did
but
say that they were sequels. Like Majora's Mask was a direct sequel to Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
Phantom
there-
Hourglass and
there-
Spirit Tracks.
yes, there are a couple of exceptions, but for the most part,
When
the
Waker
series is
followed
presented.
Ocarina, yeah.
No, Wind Waker was never presented as a sequel.
Well,
to Ocarina.
it was the
That is
very
not
least. It did at the very least refer back to the Hero of Time.
Sure,
Yes.
of course,
But
and,
they
and that's
literally
part of
had
the
to s-
legend.
They
That's
had to
part of the legend.
split into multiple timelines.
Yes,
I love
in
that.
order for that to even work.
right.
But I love that.
No,
I
I
love
think
that concept.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying
it's
it's
kind
the
of
same
awesome.
thing with Mario too. You don't see like Mario going, "Oh yeah, hey, remember that time when like we entered the dream world and fought Big Boss Wart?" I mean, it doesn't.
Well,
really,
the reason they don't do it is because, like, hey, remember that time when we rescued Peach from Bowser? Oh, and that other time, and that other time, and that other time.
If I were gonna buy a game, if I were gonna buy a game for somebody else right now, Freedom Planet.
Really?
By Galaxy Trail. The year that came out is my favorite game that came out that year.
Oh, it's because it's a Sonic game.
It's not a Sonic game.
It is a song. It's a song.
No. It's inspired by 1990s
These Genesis
Sega
platformers.
Genesis action platformers.
Which you love.
Yes.
Also
And
known as
it's like in general. No, because there's
Yeah,
elements of it from Rystar, there's
Yeah.
elements of Gunstar Heroes, there's elements of Vector Man, Sparkster, all these great games, these great concepts
Mhm.
in what's basically a new Sega Genesis game.
Mhm.
They did a very good job putting it together. The controls are really, really finely tuned. And it holds up well.
Mhm.
I actually went and bought an adapter for my Sega Saturn controller so I can play the game off of Steam on my Sega Saturn controller.
Oh, nice.
It's great.
Very
It's cool.
It works really, really well.
Didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyone
I'm
else want
lost.
to add to this before we move on?
I haven't said anything about my wish
Well, then
list.
say something.
Well, now you have a chance to
Speak
add
up.
something.
I don't usually ask for games for Christmas because I don't decide what I want for Christmas until someone starts bugging me to do it.
Santa
Yeah.
Claus is watching this right now.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm not sure.
actually, she is.
Absolutely.
And Santa, I like it. And Santa can feel free to join the conversation at #HolidayCompatible or on the YouTube live chat.
She doesn't have a Twitter.
There you go.
But I think what I'm most excited for, not a video game, but what a game that's Kickstarter got successfully backed, eventually will come out, is Fellowship, which I've mentioned. I don't think I've mentioned on the podcast, but I've talked to you guys about, which is a Powered by the Apocalypse system that is about forming a fellowship of people who, by creating their characters, define the culture and society they come from and what they're fighting for. And the GM is a evil overlord whose intentions are to destroy, take over, corrupt, change the world the heroes know, the Fellowship knows. And what I love about it is that built into the game's rules is that the overlord is there to be a threat, but they will never win.
Mhm.
And which is a great way to set up, I think, conflict for the party without making it a us versus the GM.
It's not like this hopeless, like we're going to have a total party wipe and the story's going to be over and we lost.
No, it is possible to lose party members.
Mhm.
I mean, there's still possible ways to die, but it's not the end of the story or the Fellowship if they do. I mean, in Fellowship of the Rings, Boromir dies, but the
Spoilers.
Yes, that book's only been how old?
Well, they wrote a book about it.
Yeah, I know.
Smeagol kills Dumbledore.
Yes.
So,
That happens, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That sounds about right.
but did I get the
But
Dumbledore
Dobby
name wrong?
avenges him.
Sorry.
And eats the ring.
Yes, that too.
But the Fellowship still continues on even after it's split and loses members. Which I'm really looking forward to the finished product. I don't know what's going to come now. It's sometime next year, but it comes from a group of people who create a lot of different interesting indie games. Most of them powered by the Apocalypse that I find interesting. As for what I would recommend for someone else for Christmas, That's a hard one. I don't know. I'd probably. It depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
I would get Undertale for my friend Tony, but he's already bought it. So I would probably get him Infinifactory to drive him insane. Because it is a game of. It is Space Chem, which is a game about setting up logic loops and gates to manipulate atoms and into forming new compounds, which drove me insane. It's the same thing in 3D, which is mind-bogglingly hard.
Cool.
Or is it Space Factory? Or no, it's Infinifactory, sorry.
Very cool. All right, well, I think that does it for our wish list segment for now. So we'll go and transition into our main event for the evening, which is our Poppleton Mall Fiasco.
All right.
So I think the first thing we should do is briefly sum up how this game's going to go. We're going to have 2 acts. We've already sort of done setup ahead of time, so we wouldn't take up more time than we needed to on the broadcast. But we are going to have an act 1 where basically we get to know the characters and get to know the situation, and everyone's going to make a bunch of really insane plans. And then we're going to have what's called the tilt, where everything's going to go horribly wrong. And then act 2 is all about how everything goes horribly wrong, and we find out the fates of these characters. So I think the first thing we should do is sort of go around the table and have everyone introduce their character, tell us your name, tell us who you are, your relationships, and we'll get a sense of where the story's going.
Okay.
Can I go first?
Or you can go ahead, Brian.
I am Christopher Llewellyn Edwards. I am a I am a mall marketing person. I'm someone who's in charge of the face of the mall. I'm also a well-known person in the local church. I organize fundraisers. I direct the choir. I do all sorts of things in my spare time. And I am having difficulties with the security officers in my mall, and they are not being all they could be during the holiday season, which I might need to talk to them about.
Well, I guess they never joined the Navy, so I mean.
Well, that kind of, I guess, leads into me, which I am the mall cop. So I have a relationship with Brian in which we are bad friends, or I should say with Christopher Llewellyn
Edwards.
Well, I am
Christopher L.
Well, I am Buck. I'm Buck Diamond, and that's how I pronounce her name. So I'm Buck Diamond, the mall
you don't
cop.
get along.
Yes, and that's how I pronounce her. And that's how I pronounce her name. And I'm a mall cop dedicated to justice, but not really. Actually, I'm just trying to earn a buck for Buck, and I've got a little Southerner in me, and there's this vandal that runs around and tries to make a mess around the mall, and I of course try to capture him, stop him, but I don't try too hard, because he's one of the only things that is somewhat entertaining about my job.
Gotcha.
It's essentially your job security.
It's kind of like Batman and Joker in a sense.
No, well, not exactly. No.
Neither of them.
Not even close.
You need each other. Neither one can destroy the other.
I don't know how to quit you.
Different movie.
Back
different
off,
movie.
yo. Because I know you're talking about me. Yeah, it's my mall, because like malls are for the people, and like with my board and my can, I make art, yo. So back off. This table's mine, man. It's for the people.
It's for the people. Yes.
Yeah. So Diamond, you better back off, because I'm coming for you.
You call me Buck.
Coming for you. Yeah, that's not what it says on your shirt.
What is your character's name, by the way?
Yeah, I'm Stitch, yo.
Stitch, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Stitch.
That's a name he gave himself, isn't it?
Well, I like this mall because I have a special relationship with one of the store owners, and she and we're in a cult. We bonded. It happens. We found enlightenment, and I don't need the establishment, because I got my people, and we know the truth.
And this is a special kind of cult where you just openly admit that you're in a cult.
Yeah,
It does.
yeah. It's all about finding the miracle of Christmas.
Okay.
Santa is real.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
The true meaning of Christmas
So that's where
is
it's going.
merchandising.
Merchandise. And Santa's at the top, man.
Yeah,
He is.
he's the kingpin. He's like our
Yes.
guru.
And through attaining enlightenment, we too can become elves.
The cult of Santa's helpers.
All right, that's disturbing. So what is your character? What's your character's name?
I am a store owner. Let's see. What do we sell at this shop? I think like different things every week, probably. Never really quite found my groove in life. Oh, and the name I picked was Mitzi Von Strip for Halen.
Okay.
Because reasons I don't even know. So, but yeah, I want to get lost in the miracle of Christmas, and also to promote the truth about Santa and presents and sugar and peppermint and
And sugar and peppermint. Yeah. Sugar.
You have to wear like a different set of earrings and Christmas sweaters to the mall every day.
actually I wear like actual elf ears.
Oh, there you go. Every day.
Yes, I've achieved a certain rank within the cult.
Where did you find actual elves?
Cult secrets.
We can't tell you, and I especially can't tell you because you're my biggest competitor, apparently.
Yeah, you cheat your customers. We all know it.
I would
I have
never.
signs. I
That's
have
not
signs.
the true meaning of Christmas.
I have signs that clearly state that we have fair prices here, unlike people across the hall.
Your client signs are full of lies, and one day Santa is watching, and he knows when you've been bad,
I should reiterate.
and you've been bad.
My name is David Price, owner of the eclectic electronics store in this great mall. You can trust me, as you see. I'm a deacon in my church. I also run the sound and the lights from the back, so I'm there every Sunday, every single Sunday. Unlike certain other self-important church members that I would never mention in public.
I forgive you for implying that I failed to do my duty for the church.
Self-righteous. But no, I run the premier electronics store, and it has been the greatest, except for a store that keeps bringing in different products every week and stealing some of my customers every other week when they bring in electronic doodads rather than quality imports.
Our products have the blessing of the North Pole.
Right. Yes, they do. Yes, they do, certainly.
Therein lies the rub. Cool. Well, I think we've gotten to know each of our characters, so we're going to go ahead and launch in, I think, to our first scene. Does anyone want to volunteer to go first? Anyone?
I don't know how to play. I guess I'll go first, sure.
All right, so
I'll do it.
how this is going to work, we're basically going to establish what the scene's going to be about.
Okay.
You can tell us if you want to have any other characters involved or if they want to join in. We can sort of talk about it collaboratively. We can also have people play NPCs if needed. And basically, you either get to choose if you're going to establish the scene or if you're going to decide how it ends. So if you decide that you want to know if it ends well or badly for you, you can say that, but then we set up the scene for you. Otherwise, you set up your own scene and we as a group decide how it's going to end for you.
Okay, so how do I just set up a scene? It takes place in my location?
It doesn't have to.
It can take place at any locations or something else in the mall that we haven't yet defined. It's a big mall.
Okay, I'm going to set up my scene.
Okay.
It's going to be in Santa's throne room because that's my location.
All hail.
Yes, and I'm patrolling Santa's throne room, and I'm keeping a sharp eye out for Stitch, that horrible vandal that just he keeps coming around and messing up my mall. So I'm going to try to protect Santa at all, and the throne room itself at all costs, because this display is what's going to help. Like if I do good on this display, I might be able to protecting this display. There's a chance I might be able to get a raise. I might be able to go up to $7.50 an hour. So I'm
I don't have anything to say about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna prove to my boss that I'm so deserving of this raise that it humiliates him, because he doesn't believe in me. He doesn't have faith in Buck. So I'm gonna prove that Buck can pull it off.
Gotcha.
It's because Buck hasn't found faith for himself.
Okay, so I guess I'm patrolling the Santa's throne. So that's my scene. I'm setting up. That's the scene. So what else do I need to say? Anything else related to it?
This is very improv driven. So
Okay.
like you can sort of say what you're up to, or if you're saying anything,
Okay,
you can bring in characters if you want.
Sure. Well, what I'm up to, I'm assuming Santa's sitting there on his throne, and he's got some, elf helpers wandering around, and
Thanks.
there's like, I'm sure, a long line of kids prepared to see Santa. So I'm standing up near the front of the line, making sure that the kids that come in are not getting too unruly, causing a mess. If they step out of line, old Buck's got to send them to the back. Stay single file, stay ready. But I'm also kind of, keeping shifty, glancing around out of the corner of my eye just to be on the lookout for Stitch, because he might try to ruin my day.
Gotcha. Does this try to ruin his day?
Yeah.
How do you try to ruin his day?
So are you? He opened. So we're deciding.
No. You. What are you doing now?
Oh, what am I doing?
Yeah, we're in character now.
Okay. So I'm actually behind the throne, climbing it up on top, and the big sign that says Santa's Workshop or Santa's Throne. I'm actually going to tag it and change it so that it says something else.
It has to be something pro Santa, or we're gonna have to have a talk.
Okay.
So many talks in the past.
Yes.
Well, see, they're charging these kids to go to Santa. This is one of those malls.
That's just so messy.
I know, it's like $20.
Wow.
To get your picture with Santa, and this isn't the real Santa.
Yeah.
He's a
It's
poser.
true.
You gotta make a
It's
living.
true.
You gotta make a living.
I have to watch out for you because, I want to help you get up from the rank of reindeer to also be an elf.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it so that it doesn't say Santa's throne. It actually says Satan's throne. Because this is the work of the devil. The real meaning of Christmas is free stuff for all the kids, because that's what Santa's message is. Not charge the kids.
Wait, for all the kids, not just for the naughty kids? I mean, the nice kids?
Well, the richer
kids.
kids do get better toys, but there's a reason for it.
Called secrets.
Yeah. So no, it's yeah. I'm up there. I'm gonna tag it. I'm ready.
Okay, so we're gonna explain.
Black spray paint.
Okay, so we're gonna explain this a little bit more explicitly for now, and then we're just gonna sort of do this seamlessly in the future.
Okay.
I'm going to hold up a die that I suggest is going to be the ending. In this case, it's a black die, which means it'd be a bad ending for Jim, because he's the one who established the scene.
All right.
Which would mean, basically, in this case, and they would sort of improv this, we'd put it down in front of them so they know. Whoever's in the scene knows that it's going to end badly for Jim, which would assume it means, in your case, that you do succeed in writing Satan's Workshop.
Yeah.
On the thing.
Oh, just
and so like
Now,
what I'll do
is there rolling for this?
No.
No.
And so, I'll probably hold this up sort of like everyone's consent if we all agree. Then we're going to put this in front of Jim, and we're going to see how the scene plays out.
Okay, who determines how the scene plays out then?
You too.
Oh, we do?
You just know that it ends badly for you.
Okay, so I'm still looking around trying to make sure that Stitch doesn't cause a mess. But I don't have eyes in the back of my head, and I'm not too bright. So I think he can't, surely he hasn't gotten past me, because he can't. Because I've been watching this line in the front entrance like a hawk. There's no way he could have gotten behind me. So I know that it's safe back there. So as I'm focused on these kids, one of these punks tries to step out of line. He tries to cut. You don't cut when Buck's on the job, all right? So I stop. I say, kid, hey, yo, kid, stop right there. Criminal scum, get to the back of the line. Back of the line.
Robo Mall.
But suddenly the kid starts laughing. Kid looks up, so I'm grabbing the kid, and he looks up, and he starts chuckling. And then a couple other kids start laughing. And I'm like, hey, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at Buck. But they're not laughing at me. What are they laughing at? What are they laughing at, Stitch?
They're laughing at the fact that I just finished off my sign and then moved on to the big face of Santa that's there and put horns on him too.
A mustache?
Oh yeah, big Hitler mustache.
So I turn around as they're laughing, because they've gotten my attention now, and I'm like, what's all this ruckus about? So I turn around and I see the handiwork of Stitch. I go, oh, Stitch! I know it's him. I assume he's not there anymore. I assume you.
No, I
you've
ducked
managed
down,
to.
right?
Yeah,
You
you
hear
you've
the
ducked
skateboard
down.
going
But I
on.
know it's him. I'm convinced that Stitch has done it. I'm like, you rascal! So I guess I go running off to go see if I can find Stitch.
We'll call that a scene.
All right.
Very good. Now you get to assign that black die to someone else.
And what does it do when I assign it to someone else?
Basically, it's going to determine the outcome of the game. Either you want to have like all white or all black. If you have a mix, then things are typically going to go worse for you.
But okay, so what is the assignment? Like I don't understand.
Pick someone.
Basically, it's going to determine like
There's no real reason behind picking someone. It's just
you give it to someone. Either you mess up their dice, or say for instance, like you want to give a negative die to him because he just messed up your life a little bit.
And everyone is going to end the game with how many? With 2?
I guess I'll do that.
sense.
Yeah,
It kind of depends because sometimes in Act 1, one
It makes the most
person
sense. I think
might get
that's
more
fair.
dice than someone else.
That didn't make any sense to give it to someone else.
We only have 20 dice, so.
Yeah.
No.
All right. And I think for scenes, we'll go anti-clockwise. And so do you want to establish or resolve?
I'm British of you.
Um, I think I'm going to establish a scene with Buck after he failed to prevent this disruption in the atrium. So this is in my office.
Mhm.
Buck, this is the what is it, fifth time that I've had to call you in here to discuss your I don't want to use the word failure to do your duties, but it certainly seems like the Christmas spirit hasn't been maintained in this mall.
So Buck is standing there. I got my mall security cap off, so I'm kind of like shuffling it in my hands. I'm really sorry, Mr. Kristoff. I'm trying.
Christopher Llewellyn Edwards.
Yes, Christopher Liayard Eddie. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best though. That I tell you, I'll catch him next time. I'll catch that Stitch next time. He's got it coming. And when I catch him, I'm going to lock him up inside mall jail.
We do not have a mall jail.
Well, okay, we don't have a mall jail, but maybe we can start a mall
Does the Hulk
jail.
have a mall jail secretly?
Buck,
Probably.
I think it's about time you need to start looking for other avenues of advancement. Start at this point. Christopher leans over and like puts his arm around you. He's like, "Have you ever considered volunteering at a church or a soup kitchen or something?"
Or you mean like as a mall cop, as a soup cop,
Yes.
a church cop?
That's a start. That's a good start. Not what I had in mind,
My
but
parents' church does have a security
we
guard.
can give it.
Hey, at a soup kitchen, I know a lot of those people, those kind of people, they cut in front of lines. They don't know how to stay in lines. I keep them in line. I keep a good line. You know I keep a good line.
Buck,
And you get one bowl of soup. One bowl. That's it. One bowl per person.
Buck, I have to be frank with you. If your behavior, attitude, or conduct does not improve, if you cannot show me that you have, true faith in your job and your work, I'm afraid we'll have to let you go.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kristoff. I'll do better.
Christopher.
Mr. Christopher Layard. Yes, Mr. Christopher. I'll try. I'll do better. I will catch that Stitch, and I will show him what's for, and I'll take him to that soup kitchen you were telling me about, and keep them all in line.
You can go now, Buck.
All right.
God with you.
So Buck steps out of the office, and he's even more confused than he was when he went. But he's dedicated to doing whatever his boss is saying, so he can prove him wrong.
I think you should get a white die for that. You're dedicated.
I'm dedicated.
Your heart's in the right place. Your brain isn't.
No,
All right.
I'm not sure what I'm dedicated to, but I'm dedicated.
All right, Will, do you want to establish or resolve?
That's important. Have I told you? Have you ever heard of the miracle of Santa?
Yeah.
Because in a cult, that's actually a very, those are great qualities.
Do you have a minute to talk about our Lord and Savior, Satan?
The great Saint Nick. May he be blessed.
I'm gonna go with resolve.
His jolliness.
You're gonna go with resolve.
Yes.
Okay. So what scene do we want to establish for Will?
He's resolving. So
Yeah.
we have to establish a scene for him.
I'm bucking the current system and
You're bucking the current system.
Mm.
Okay. And you're David Price, and
Yes.
you run the electronics store.
I think
run
he should be in
unelectronic
her
stores.
store.
I think he should be finding the notarized letter.
Mm.
Okay, well those are not mutually exclusive.
No, it's not. But
Okay.
I'm saying
He's going through her mail.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
So
I
this
like
is
that.
going to describe. This is going to establish what the letter actually is.
Yeah,
There's a
disguised
lot of
as
letters
a
to
customer.
Santa in my
Disguised as a
outgoing
customer?
list.
Yeah,
Okay.
The letter is disguised. Oh,
No,
he's disguised.
he's disguised as a customer. He's got the trench coat. It's up. He's trying to,
Sunglasses.
yeah.
Is he wearing a fake mustache?
Sure.
No, see, I've got one. It's like a bald cap, but I've cut it because I normally have a
Chin
beard.
cap.
So I cut
So you have a
it,
chin
so
cap.
now I look like I'm shaved.
Okay, I like that. That's great.
Yeah.
And then
That's
at
great.
some point in the scene, just take one of these and let us know how it resolves.
All right. Sorry, I missed part of the description. I'm
You're
going
fu-
through someone's mail.
You're going through her mail.
Yeah.
Got it.
You're
Which would be
actually
in the
in her
back
store
room.
Got it.
That would be in the back
behind
room,
the
wouldn't
kind
it?
behind the
It'd
counter.
probably be in like the like the mailboxes for the mall, like in one of the employee areas.
The mailman has accidentally left it unlocked. Like he unlocked it to put mail in, and it's got about halfway, and then suddenly got distracted.
Okay.
And seeing an opportunity, I'm just kind of looking around, grab both stacks of mail, and I'm heading back to. I've still got shove them in my trench coat. Walk very carefully back towards my store. Slip inside, go over to the counter, pull it out, going through, looking at all of these things.
Cult pamphlets, like lots of cult pamphlets.
What is this notarized letter? What
That's
is?
a good question.
It's
We never figured that out.
I think it's something to do with the cult.
It should be. I
Or
think that's right.
Donations that are heading that way.
Donations.
there is a.
It's a
form.
notarized letter from Santa.
It's from the Organization of Mall Santas,
Oh.
and they have
The Santa's Guild.
yes, it's the Sainted Santas Guild, the Sainted
Nice.
Santa Society.
Like
That's
Oh.
what it is.
the
I'd like to
SSS.
insert myself into the scene.
Yeah.
I want to be in your, because you're back in your store now, right?
Yes.
I want to be just perusing your electronics, and there's like some kind of weird noisemaker or something, and I'm messing with it, but then I happen to notice a picture of Santa, and so I'm real interested in what you're doing over there.
You see you standing there. I'm looking across, and I'm looking at this letter, and on the inside of it, it's basically an agreement that there is going to be a very strong push. They're going to have a mall Santa here, and it's going to be in conjunction with her store, and it's going to drive traffic like crazy. And there's going to be lots of guests. It really going to impact my sales. He's looking at this thing, and I'm like,
There's gonna be long lines in front of that store.
yeah, really.
If
long.
Santa gets here.
Yeah. And I kind of look out and I see the mark, and hey, you know what this is? Have you seen it?
The one with the golden envelope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got some bad news. You know the woman who runs the store across the hall, right?
No, I don't know who that is.
Okay. Well, see, you're a fan of Santa, right?
Yeah.
This isn't real. And that store across the hall doesn't realize it. It's going to leave tons and like a bajillion of really, really sad kids.
Hey,
So
stealing people's mail is a federal offense.
I didn't steal it.
It looks like 103 right there on that envelope. I'm standing here in 204.
That explains why it's not addressed to me.
Right.
I got it. See, I wonder why it came in my box, but didn't have my name
How
on
about
it.
I do you a favor and I take this mail back where it belongs and not report you to my friend, mall cop, Mr. Diamond?
That's a good
See, and
plan.
I are tight, yo.
That's a good plan. But I'll cut an extra deal with you. You help me prevent these kids from being disappointed by a phony Santa, shutting this down in advance, and I'll let you have one of something in the store.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
How can I insert myself at this point?
Yeah, you probably did.
Okay.
I literally will just pocket the thing I'm holding, which
Yeah.
is like a a $50 noisemaker of some kind.
Just keep in mind that it ends well for that.
Yes.
The noisemakers
Oh,
they sell in the electronics store.
I think this does end well for him because
I'm
it's
not
going to
gonna
ruin
lie.
It's
you.
an electronic noisemaker.
Oh, there you go.
A phone?
Do you want to call that a scene?
Yeah.
All right.
That
Cool.
goes to you.
No, it does it?
You assign it to someone.
Yeah. Or that.
Yeah, I still assign it. So.
Oh, we still assign.
Okay.
Yes. In the first act, you always assign it. In the second act, you keep with what's picked.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Your scene. Do you want to establish or resolve?
Oh, resolve.
Resolve. All right. So what scene do we want to establish for her?
Okay. So she's running the shop that sells something different every day. Is that
Every week.
every week?
Yeah.
Big difference.
Okay. Every week. Is it selling something different because you have a bunch of different sort of merchandise, or is it literally
I
changing the
haven't
theme?
found my passion yet.
Is it like just handmade crafts and you sort of have like a new craft that you're trying each week or something?
You haven't heard of
Maybe.
Etsy?
I'm imagining an Earthbound.
Yeah, probably something
Just
like that.
Earthbound.
Like different gift ideas every week.
Mm.
Because Santa.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
maybe.
like Christmas every week.
It should be. Because
The store is called
Christmas.
Christmas every week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every week.
I'll agree to that.
Yeah.
I'll agree to that.
I mean, maybe is she expecting that letter?
Maybe she is.
Should we do something where like she's rummaging through her mail trying to get the letter? But then again, there has to be some sort of success.
Well, he
for her, right?
took all of my mail.
Yeah, she
and
doesn't
I
have
might
it.
know
Right.
that something's up.
Well,
And
maybe
Like,
maybe
why
then
did I not
he's
get any mail today?
bringing
Yes.
the mail to her, and that's where we start.
I thought he agreed to stay quiet.
Well,
He
he's
did.
not reporting the mail theft.
But
to
I
the
gave
cop.
him the mail, so he's taking it back.
Okay.
So I take this stack of mail, I slap it down on your counter.
Okay, wait, does that stack include the letter?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's open and it's a golden envelope, and it's very obviously the one you've been waiting for.
Oh my gosh, Stitch, look at this. We're going to have the best Christmas season ever. Oh my gosh, we're going to be able to spread the joy of Santa to so many people.
I think you of all people should know Stitch's real name because Stitch is the name that he gave himself. I
It's
bet.
his real name is
He likes to
Elo,
be
right?
called
It's his what is it? The spiritual
name?
name
Yeah.
Right, it's
That
my
you took-
spiritual name.
that you
Yeah.
took.
Oh,
So
okay.
you don't
It's
call
his
him by
elven
his
name.
old name.
Yes.
It's
It's
Well,
holiday
he's still a
name.
reindeer right now, so
Oh.
he needs to be promoted. So,
It's my spirit name, my holiday spirit.
Ah.
but why is it open already?
Yeah, it was opened
You're not even just.
by a mail thief.
By a mail thief.
Oh yeah.
Okay, can you maybe identify this thief?
If I saw him again, maybe.
Describe him.
Kind of tall. Had like I don't know, eyes.
Hands.
Stitch, why do you know that there was a mail thief?
Because I stopped him. I recovered your
Okay.
mail.
Okay.
I mean, here you should give me something.
I will definitely put in a good word for you with the head elf
Awesome.
at the next meeting.
The elf on the shelf.
Where
Like,
Overseeing.
may her name be Holly. Where did this happen?
it was right there in the
Mountain.
atrium
Oh.
while I was completing my assignment and defacing that evil imposter Santa out there.
Right. Okay. Just one thing about that. If the Society of Santas asks, that wasn't us.
Of course not.
So,
But
do
you
want
know,
a,
I take pride in my art, so like, I can't not claim it.
You signed it.
Well, let's just let them figure it out. They're smart.
Okay, like Banksy, got it.
Yeah,
Alright, so-
just like things.
All right.
So at this point, go ahead and choose a black or white die, telling us if it's going to end well for you or badly for you, and then we'll figure out how the thing wraps up.
Is there an advantage to ending badly
No.
at all?
It just
That's
is the
good.
color of the die you give to someone.
Oh, so if it ends badly for me, I get to
Well,
make
considering
something
that
bad
I
happen
made
to
a
someone
deal
else.
with your
with my nemesis,
competitor and you
yeah.
don't know it, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that is pretty bad.
So-
Okay.
Okay, so now we decide how it ends for her. Is that
Well, if you feel like you've already kind of resolved, because in a sense you didn't get what you wanted to know, so I'd say that's bad enough already.
Probably.
So we could probably call it there.
It cuts back, and I peel the fake non-beard off.
Revealing
Put the
beard
trench
underneath.
coat back
Yeah.
up. Make sure the tags are showing again.
Yeah.
Why are you selling a trench coat in an electronics store?
It's an electronics store. Why wouldn't you sell a trench coat?
It's an electronic trench coat.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's an trench
So,
coat.
so it's got Wi-Fi, right?
Yes.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
those T-shirts. got
It's actually a
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi hotspot. You walk around with it. It is its own Wi-Fi hotspot.
There's a solar panel in the back, like the Scott Evest jackets that nobody remembers.
Nice.
Right.
Very cool.
I'm pretty sure that's the kind Scott Kurtz wears.
Who's
That's what you should have
using
taken
on
as your
this?
free item. See,
Yeah.
Oh,
you
that's a
missed
good
out.
question. So I get to decide. Okay. Does that I forget? Does that determine who gets the next scene, or just
No,
no.
It's just it's going to go into the die pool for the end of the game. Don't either one.
Just give it
Okay.
to someone.
just give it to someone?
He's your nemesis.
Yeah, that.
It's a bud.
That's
It's a
exactly
bud.
what's happening.
Exactly. All right. Now we're back
That's
to you.
exactly what's
All right.
happening. Stole my mail.
So I will establish.
Okay.
It's closing time at the mall, but I'm hiding, waiting for him to finish locking up.
You're in
And-
the frame, by the way.
Oh, hi. After Diamond is finished locking up, I'm actually going to climb up to into the rafters
Mhm.
and take this new thing and use zip ties and zip tie it to the rafters up there, and then I'm gonna turn it on.
Wait, what are you zip tying?
The noisemaker.
The noisemaker.
Oh, the noisemaker.
Yeah, it's a Bluetooth noisemaker, and then as I go back to it,
I should mention. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I
Yeah.
was gonna say. Yeah, go ahead.
I check my phone
Mm.
and it syncs up and it says active on both of them, and I'm like, I slip my phone in.
And I should. Okay, so I should also mention, if I can insert myself a little bit, that because of being told off by Mr. Kristoff, Buck Diamond is so dedicated that he's decided to lock himself inside the mall
Oh no.
so that he can attempt to suss out any problems before they happen.
Is he wearing bunny slippers?
He's wearing bunny slippers because he's also going to sleep in the mall. I mean, he has to sleep at some point, right?
Reindeer slippers.
Yeah.
Reindeer sleepers,
Reindeer
festive
hook up
reindeer
in a
slippers.
department
Bells
store.
are on the
Bells are on there, so
Department
I'm
store.
You're jingling.
You know, like the department stores have beds. So when
Yes,
you're a kid, you think you
exactly.
could live in the mall.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So in fact, you know what? I'm going to do a slight change here. Buck Diamond does live in the mall because he's only
He's
making
like the Scrivener.
he's making only he's making like $7.25 an hour. Doesn't have a lot of money for any place else. He wastes all of his money on high end slippers. He spends all his hard-earned money on high end slippers.
That's the next.
Like the
fucking
kind that he's
thing.
wearing right now. They don't just have jingles on them. They also have lights that turn on and off. The reindeer slippers. So like the nose is like glowing on and off. It kind of blinks a little bit. These are some top shelf slippers. So I'm now making my rounds around the mall looking for any sort of problems. But you're up in the rafters. Correct?
I'm in the rafters, but I see you coming
Okay.
because of your flashing lights.
Yes. Oh, I have a flashlight too. Of
Yeah.
course.
So, oh no! And I slip it in there, but as I slip it in there, I lose my grip and I actually fall into the atrium and through the roof of Santa's little village and into one of the houses. Fortunately, it's the barn and there's hay and stuff, but crash right into it.
So I go bolting right for it. So I'm going straight for it to try to see what the ruckus is. Say, hold it right there! Stop right there, criminal scum!
In the name of Christmas.
In the name of Christmas, in the name of the Mall Security Guild, stop! So I rush in and I find Stitch on the
Yeah, I'm like dazed.
Oh. Yeah. All right, that's it. I'm placing you under mall arrest. And I pull out and I'm reaching around. I of course don't have handcuffs,
Right.
so I'm reaching around. I have little
Just take his zip ties.
yeah. Actually, do you have any zip ties?
Yeah, they fell out of my pocket.
All right, so I pick up the zip ties and I'm gonna try to zip tie your hands together.
Along with like a can of paint and my phone.
Yeah,
All confiscated.
yeah. I'm confiscating all of it.
Okay.
You have no idea how to use that phone.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
You're going to mall jail.
Mall jail.
Yeah.
Broom closet.
There's no such thing as mall jail.
Mr. Kristoff assured me there was mall jail. And by the way, Buck is not lying. He truly believes that that was what happened in that conversation.
Buck needs to work on his hearing.
Yeah, Buck really doesn't have a very good memory. So I'm gonna pick up Stitch and kind of like, well, not sort of carry him, like lift him up, and like we're gonna walk together to mall jail.
Kind of dragging me by my ear.
Dragging you by ear. So basically, I take you actually to the office because in my mind somehow your office is mall jail. So I'm basically locking him inside the office of like the mall.
Head of the mall.
Man, lay off.
It's a horrible place to put you. By the
Go
way,
bust a mail thief or something. Lay off.
I am busting a mail thief. That's it for you, Stitch. We had fun for a while, but that's it. I gotta get my raise, my 25% an hour raise. It's coming.
And as you walk away down the hall, I drop to my knees. Diamond!
Who gets the die?
Uh,
I think I'm the only one.
Ooh.
yeah.
Are we sure that at the end?
It was a causal chain of events that was brought about by offering me more than I could handle.
Yeah. I can see
I was
that.
your messiah. I gave you more than you could handle.
That's right.
Chris, do we go until everyone has at least one die, or
No, we actually are going to start.
Yeah, that
our
was
second
Act 1,
round.
right?
Yeah, well, no, we're not done with Act 1 yet.
Oh, we're not done.
One more round of Act 1, and then we're going to do the tilt.
okay?
All right.
So it's back to you, Jim.
Okay, so back to me. So
Would
I
you
can
like
either
to establish a resolve?
I guess this time I'll resolve. I'll
Okay.
let y'all guys set a scene up for me.
Cool. So what scene do we want to establish for?
I think it should be between them.
Yeah.
Because it's the next morning and he walks into his office.
Okay.
Oh,
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, do it.
You need to be walking him in bragging.
Yes. So I
You meet him
guess-
at the door.
Yeah, I meet him at the door.
Put
Yeah,
him
yeah.
in mall jail.
So I come up. You're entering the office and you see me, and I haven't. By the way, I've forgotten to change out of my slippers because it's still pretty early in the morning. And you see me running up to you, and like I'm kind of like huffing up to you with like my jingles like jingling up as I take a step.
Mr.
I go,
Diamond,
Mr. Kristoff, I got him in mall jail. I've caught the crook red-handed.
Okay. There are several things I need to address, but we'll take them one at a time. Mall jail?
Mall jail, like we talked about, mall jail. I've got him in mall jail. He's caught. I caught him. He was making a mess of himself, and he crashed right into the display, ruining kids' hopes and dreams.
Uh-huh. Where
Yes.
is mall jail?
Well, what are you talking about? It's in your
Show me.
office. That's what you talked about. You said we don't have any. You told me last time. You said we don't have a mall jail, and then you said, but we can now have a mall jail right here.
Mr. Diamond,
Yes, sir, Mr. Kristoff.
I believe you are familiar with the bylaws of the Guild of Mall Cops,
Yes.
which is weird because you're a paid guild member and you get $7.25 an
Yes.
hour.
And also when Buck said yes, he really meant I have no idea. He just said yes.
Right.
They don't want him in the guild.
Yeah.
I'm not actually in the guild. I pretend like I'm in the guild. I don't actually know how to become a member. I'm also illiterate, so I can't write. So I can't enter anyway.
How did you like sign all the paperwork to get hired?
I had my mom sign it.
He helped. It was a gilded opportunity.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It was an act of charity.
There we go. That works.
But
When you're regretting now.
exactly. Buck, I'm afraid that
Wait, Mr. Kristoff, before you make any decision, you gotta see. I caught him. I caught the thief. You'll be so proud of me.
I will.
So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to bring you to your office to show you the thief.
My heart is open and wide for all who trespass against me. I open the door to my office, and what has happened to my office?
Your priceless painting that you have that's of a ship behind your desk has been moved very carelessly over to the side.
Are you sure it's not his framed poster of the Footprints poem?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the inspirational painted
Nice.
thing with the ship. Yeah, there you go.
There's more than one, but yeah.
Has been moved, the big one that you prize. And I have taken Sharpies and various other implements from your desk, and I have drawn a caricature of Mall Cop Diamond in full. And he's like a Roman god kind of thing. Only he's like Zeus, and he's squelching elves and Christmas and that kind of a thing. And he looks sort of like cross between He-Man and Hercules, but stupid foolish.
This makes me think that Buck did this, and he's trying to pull me one over.
And I'm nowhere to be seen.
Exactly.
Well, you know Buck. You really think that Buck could pull one over?
Well, I thought I
Wait,
knew
you're
Buck.
nowhere to be seen. You're not in there.
I'm nowhere to be
It's
seen.
not possible for Buck.
No, he's in here. He's in here.
Buck?
We'll find him.
I
What,
think
sir?
you should take the day off.
What? What's wrong?
My patience is endless, but well, I thought it was. I thought I knew things. I thought I knew you, Buck. I thought you would not stoop to such lowness.
Well, it's. I don't think
Buck.
it's that bad of a drawing, actually. When
Buck?
I'm looking at it, I've been immortalized.
Take the day off. I don't want to see you in this mall today. If you do come back today, you're fired.
That Mr. Kristoff, who will keep the lines in check? Who will make sure those punk kids don't get out of line?
Their parents. Now, good day, Mr. Diamond.
Okay, Mr. Kristoff. So Buck leaves the office, and his first thought as he leaves the office is, okay, he's set me in charge of keeping the line straight. I got to make sure the parents keep their kids in line. End scene.
Yeah. There you go.
Where were you?
Under the desk. As soon as you guys leave, I'm like,
The door's unlocked now.
Am I putting it?
Yeah, give that
hey,
to
great.
someone.
And then I just wander out.
All right, I'm gonna give one too, since you don't have one.
Mm.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom. real
I
quick,
call the
Yeah,
loincloth to Diamond buck naked.
How do you have his loincloth? He's not naked then.
Well, I'm respectable.
I thought it would be more juvenile, but okay.
All right. So do you want to establish our resolve?
Artist, man. What are you talking about?
Artists can be juvenile, like Banksy, man.
The artists are both juvenile and not juvenile at the same time.
I think I'm going to establish a scene between us because we need to work on that rivalry. I think
It's not a rivalry. You just can't accept your place.
Oh.
You're frenemies.
you are. Well, let's see. Where do we want to do this? How do we want to do this?
Would you like a suggestion?
Yes.
So, due to a leak in the roof, the church you have offered the mall as a place to hold the church nativity, and the church.
And I've just assumed
Yes.
and set it up.
Right, but the thing is, I don't have access to the lights here. I don't get to do that, and I am against this.
Yeah. So I'm going to be at the nativity, like touching
Well,
things
you're
up.
still working on getting it
Yeah,
set
yeah.
up, and I'm still trying to convince you this is a bad idea. We just need to fix the roof. And a real person, a real believer, would front the money to fix the roof so we could have this in a church.
That's the roof I crashed through, by the way.
Yeah.
Jesus' manger.
In the church. Oh no! You ruined my nativity.
Well, no, just the roof.
You ruined my nativity.
I knocked
You
over.
landed in the barn.
He brought down the house before we opened the doors.
Hey,
I probably
let's
knocked over
start
Mary.
you know?
I didn't squash baby Jesus or anything.
That means you're not
What is
going to
wrong
hell
with
right away.
David Price.
Right away.
Deacon, I appreciate your efforts to support the church, but I am doing my best as a member of the community to do my part. And I believe that this is the best possible outcome for the both of us.
I'm just saying, if you think about it, mixing the materialism of a mall and the sanctity of the Holy Nativity around Christmas is not.
I know
It's like
not-
putting reindeer in the manger, man.
You have something against the reindeer in the manger?
Yes, there were no reindeer in Israel.
I don't think you have.
There were no. You can't put reindeer.
It's Christmas.
You're commercializing it.
It's just for the duration of the repairs to the church,
But we could get those done tomorrow if we had the money.
which we don't. It will take another 2 bake sales at least.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's the wrong way to.
I think someone needs some more holiday spirit in their heart.
I think someone doesn't know what holiday spirit is.
I forgive
And I
you.
turn around and stomp off.
I forgive you. Let's
I
see.
pull a flask.
But now we know where the reindeer horn
Totally
is.
Baptist.
Now we've set up where the reindeer horn is, so now
Oh,
we just
that's
need to wait for someone to die on it.
It should be a flask, but filled with wine. If you're actually going to look at this thing, it's a flask of wine.
Yeah. It's a flask of box wine.
Yeah. There we go. Boxed Merlot.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see Buck have a good outcome to this.
That's not technically how those dice work.
I know, but we can hope.
Well, you are stacking his whites.
Yes.
So.
One day I'll have a good outcome. We'll see.
Yeah.
That is how the dice work, but not, yeah.
A joke. You're seeing. Establish our resolve.
All right. It doesn't always have to deal with, it can be
Any two people.
Yeah.
any two people,
It
right?
can be more than two people, really.
Yeah.
All right. They're moving the new Santa in.
Mhm.
So we're building off of the notarized letters retail competitors, but it's between them.
Mhm.
And I'm over there watching because they're moving that Santa in, getting all his stuff set up. And he's still under the impression that this is not real and needs to be stopped before children are hurt.
He's going to vandalize it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So are you supplying him with anything to do that?
If he needs something, he knows all he has to do is come ask me for it, and I've probably got what he needs. I've got fitted him with like a little a Wi-Fi earpiece that connects to the network, because I helped set up your network here so I can actually get on it, and so you can talk to me through a combo.
So if you're going to the Santa, I'm gonna have to insert myself in the scene.
Oh no!
And Buck knows that he feels like that you wanted him to go undercover to keep these kids in line and protect the parents and protect the exhibit. So I am there posing. I'm outside, out of my uniform, dressed as like what I think a parent would wear. And
Did you buy one of my trench coats?
Yes.
Yes.
The trench coat. You got the sunglasses.
Yes.
No.
No.
You have a red bandana.
No. Hold on. I don't have any of that, because my cover is not that I'm pretending not to be me. My cover is I'm pretending to be a parent. So I have a small like dummy, like a ventriloquist dummy that I'm pretending is my child, like a kid, and I'm holding it in line as though it's actually in line with me. And occasionally I'll talk to it and say, "Stay in line, Woody." Of course, I call him Woody.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
the only name I can remember. And of course, other parents around me are looking at me like I'm crazy.
Because you are.
But they don't say anything. They don't say anything because they think I'm crazy.
What is this
So-
place coming to here? Don't make our
But while I'm doing this, of course,
Mommy,
I'm secretly
why is this
looking
funny
out.
man talking to the doll?
I'm secretly looking out for any sort of mischief and trouble. I'm ready to throw off my disguise, which
And
is
the
just
dummy.
like I just have like a flannel shirt. Actually, you know what? Better yet, I'm wearing my uniform, but it's like under like a big flannel shirt, so that I can pull it off like Superman and like I'm Volk out underneath.
You're sweating because it's so
Yeah, I'm
hot.
sweating because it's so hot. Yeah.
So there's this big flannel shirt and sweaty
Yeah.
guy with a fake kid.
Oh, I have my mall cap hat on, and on top of it is like a big woolly hat, so that it can so it's covering that up too, so that I
Great
can
big
pull it
Santa
off.
hat.
Yeah, so I can pull it off too. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so this is what you have. You've got to deal with him, and they're moving all the new Santa stuff in for the replacement who's going to be in a couple of days for her big to-do thing. You got to stop it.
Okay. Well, Operation Valkyrie is at a standstill right now until I get my phone back.
What kind of phone was it?
It's my smartphone, man.
Look, I got a ton of smartphones. Just like
It's already synced up.
Oh, I guess Buck has your phone.
Yeah, and he has no
I have
idea.
no idea what it's supposed
You
to
know
be.
he has your phone though.
Where'd you lose it?
Diamond has it.
Give me a second. Tell me what your number is.
Well, okay. I tell him.
I dial it out.
It's 555.
What is your ringtone?
My ringtone?
Yeah,
We don't
Oh my
need no
gosh,
education.
No. I think
It's
it's
another brick in the
No,
wall.
I think
it's
Part two.
something Christmassy.
It's the cats and dogs doing jingle bells.
heavy metal remix.
There we go. Heavy metal remix.
Yes.
Oh, I like it.
It
All
is
right.
just awful screeching noises.
Yeah.
So it's ringing. It's making
Yes.
making the noise, and Buck's like, what's going on? And
You drop Woody. Oh no, my child.
yeah, I dropped Woody. Oh, sorry, Woody. Sorry. Don't sprain yourself. So I pick Woody up. I'm reaching around trying to find. I've got to like reach under my pants because I have two pants. So I'm reaching into like my second pair of pants underneath with them all.
So you're reaching into your pants in front of a bunch of parents.
Yeah.
The phone can't
I have
connect.
a pocket inside there, and I pull the phone out, and I'm trying to fiddle with it.
I
to
hang
figure
up
out-
because the phone can't connect, and then I
Yes.
dial again.
So you dial again, and I'm still fiddling with it, trying to figure out how to actually answer a call. I don't have a smartphone.
I think you should activate whatever you set up.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay.
It should be an accidental. I push
I
the
love
wrong
it.
button or something.
Yes.
And so it forwards to the speaker, which is basically what that thing is.
Yeah.
And that ringtone suddenly is broadcast throughout the entire atrium
The like dogs and cats barking jingle
Yes.
bells.
Heaven and Hell remix.
I think you did it on purpose.
on heavy metal.
I'm like,
It is
okay,
just-
so you've discredited that. Yeah. Okay, good job.
Ear bleeding.
And then I go back to my
And Buck
preparations.
and when Buck hears that, he immediately gets red faced. Is like, Stitch, I know this is you, Stitch, come out! And as I'm saying that, shaking my fist, I'm also picking up the like dummy and shaking it in the air. Like, Stitch, and like parents are looking at me like I'm nuts.
I get out of there. I run and I'm running straight towards your store. Totally out of breath. Come in, screech to a stop behind the door. I'm like, you are a vandal god.
What are you talking about?
Uh-huh. Exactly. Don't know what we're talking about. Got it.
Meanwhile, Stitch, as the music is playing, people are starting to like wonder what's going on. And Buck goes, "Don't worry, people, I got this." And I throw the wooden dummy down, and I reach to my flannel shirt, and I'm trying to like rip it off, but it's not working. So
It's not a tearaway.
I slowly unbutton the buttons, and I pull it up like dramatically and throw
And
the
the
flannel on the ground.
and the pants.
Yeah, and the pants too. I'm trying to take my pants off, and people are like freaking out. But I have another pair of pants underneath, so it's okay.
As you
But they
finish,
don't
like
know
right
that.
as you finish, you're standing there.
It's taking me several minutes to do this.
Yeah, but as you finish and you're standing there all sweatily majestic, I hang up because you're not responding, and the music stops.
And I just kind of look around and go, "Well, you're welcome."
End scene.
So he wasn't able to sabotage the Santa, which is good for you.
Yep.
So I'm gonna hand you this guy.
Yay!
Just deafened everyone though.
Cool. Now we're not on a strict timetable, but we are about half an hour from the time that we said we'd try to wrap up. So
Yeah.
we'll try to get through the last few scenes.
Sounds
relatively
good.
quickly.
I think
So,
we got 2 left.
would you like to establish or resolve?
Established.
Okay.
I am going to bring a tray of gingerbread cookies to his store to try to evangelize him to the goodness of Santa
Okay.
and give him one last chance to join our cause,
Or die.
Don't be such a Grinch, man.
or watch his sales plummet.
Yeah, there you
By the
go.
way, there are no Santa Clauses in my store.
There's no decorations.
It's Christmas decorations, but they're all like
religious.
religious themes. Like it's a very Christian store.
This is
Now,
so
Are you tipsy from drinking this box wine from your flask all day? Or
Probably angry, not
Okay.
tipsy.
You get angry drunk.
Yes.
how do you reconcile having one life at church and another life during the week?
I'm Baptist.
No.
That's so sad, I'm sure. Yeah, okay, so I'm coming over with a plate of gingerbread cookies, which all have little Santa hats on them, by the way. This is all Santa themed, everything. And I'm wearing my elf ears and everything like that. So holly in my hair and all that. And I'm like, Merry Christmas! Do you have a moment to talk about Santa?
I think at this point you snap.
I run a store. I don't have. This is a very trying time in December.
I know, and
I
Santa
don't-
can help.
I don't have time. What are these?
They're cookies.
They don't
Homemade
look
gingerbread
like
cookies.
what is that's the cookies aren't red.
Well, gingerbread is often reddish. It's traditional Hollywood baked.
That vandal tipped you off, didn't he?
So what are you talking about?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
What?
You're trying to buy me off, aren't you? You want me to shut down my store so I stop cutting in on everything you're doing over there at that other store.
I don't think that's not. Are you drinking?
No,
What was that in your pocket?
it was water.
Water. Okay.
Yes.
You have
It-
red
the
all
lights-
around your lips from like the wine you've been
Yeah.
drinking all day.
The lights are hot in here. Can't you feel it's water keeps
It's
me cool.
actually a little bit chilly. You might want to talk to Mr. Edwards about the temperature in here.
That is a good plan.
Yes. Yeah. And I enjoy the cookies.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas. and I leave, and I'm like,
And is
I'm
immediately
both
she
disturbed
dumped
and yet reassured that my business will be booming.
I forget they're
That's how he
there.
treats people who go in
Nice.
his store.
Nice.
So you have a die to give out.
I do have a die to
I
get
think-
out.
I'm the only one that can take it.
Is that
Because
true?
Oh
She
no,
can hand it to
people can
anyone.
have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter at this point.
Let's see.
And then it changes in Act 2.
I don't know how it
Yes.
actually affects people. So
We'll see.
Are they
The
getting
more
more?
of
You
one
thought I was successful.
I
I will
did.
petition for that white day.
I think
There you go.
actually,
Merry Christmas.
I think your trust in him is broken because now you think that he was working with him to do something against
Oh,
you.
that's a good point.
I just said the vandal. I didn't say which one.
What other vandal in the mall is there?
There's the owner of the store across. Wait.
Ah, there you go.
That's true.
Okay.
Buck is going to come out here.
That's
Clean as
fine.
a whistle.
Okay, doke. So this is gonna be the
He's
final
like the character who made that. No. Anyway. Yeah.
final scene of Act 1. Establish or resolve.
Okay. I will resolve.
So what are we going to establish for him? Final scene of the act.
Let's see. So you just thought that your plan was somewhat successful with him, right?
Mhm.
With David. Okay. Let's see. What would he do? What would you do next? Are you going to go back and try to mess up the exhibit again, the Santa exhibit again?
The new one?
Well, there is a nativity scene in the mall now.
There is.
You
That's
see
true.
your phone on the floor in front of the nativity scene.
That's true. Yeah,
Oh,
I definitely dropped it. And
It's in a pile of clothes that no one really wants to touch.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh yes.
and a doll, a dummy.
Yeah.
And there's a
Yeah,
a
I've
dummy.
ran off at this point. So,
The dummy like fell so that its hand is over the phone.
Maybe I'm fishing for it, like fishing line fishing for it. Using a high-tech fishing gear that talks and tells you where the fish are. 3 meters.
Except
You're up in the rafters again?
Right, I am.
you're up in the rafters. Okay.
Almost got it.
Have we had a scene together?
No.
Oh, that should be a thing.
I
Oh, he's
totally
fishing
gonna
in the
see-
nativity, and it's your nativity.
Yeah,
I'm one of the plebs.
You come out because of this disturbance.
I think I was out of the
King
mall
of
during
the
this
mall.
disturbance because I would be on the scene immediately if that happened. So I come back from the latest bake sale,
Which
that
is
I've been
why
at.
I'm fishing instead of just going and getting it.
And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. I'm just gonna yank it down and see if I catch anything.
The fishing pole falls.
Who's up there? What are you? What are you looking for?
Hoot, hoot, tweet. Bird. I mean, who?
Is this Lilo?
Yeah.
No, yo.
Come on down. I'm not angry.
Uh,
I'm not gonna get mad with you.
can I have my phone back?
Oh, this phone? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What was it doing here with these incredibly damp clothes?
It was stolen by your mall cop, dude.
Diamond.
Yeah, he's been confiscating my stuff, yo.
I apologize for.
That's theft, yo.
I know.
That's it. That's a crime.
I know. I will address this issue immediately.
Oh
Excellent.
dear.
I'm coming down then. Give me like 10 minutes.
Are you looking for a part-time job?
Yeah?
How would you like to be mall cop?
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
I think end scene right there.
That's technically a bad ending for him.
It
so-
is. That's a horrible ending for me.
All right, so who gets the die?
That's sad.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to have to be my fellow cult member
Oh.
because things are not going well for her because I'm doing terrible things that are against our
You
ways.
turning coat.
You
So now
have to
the
be
tilt.
demoted from
Yeah.
reindeer to.
So now comes the tilt. This is
You know
our-
what? You know what? You might even get like the black mark of coal.
Of coal? Oh
Of coal.
no.
Yeah, that could happen.
So the way this is going to work, everyone who has dice, which looks like is everyone, you're going to roll them. You're going to add up your white, add up your black, subtract the lower from the higher, and let me know basically what you get, like white 2, black 5. Whatever.
White one. I mean black one.
White one.
Black
Black
five.
one.
Okay, so the highest black and the highest white.
Black 5.
White 13.
Okay. So what you guys are going to do, we're going to roll the dice that are remaining here. Color doesn't matter. And then in the same way we would have during setup, which we were not all together for. Yeah. Get the dice from around the table. You're going to take from these dice. So we've got some fours. We've got a 5, more 4s, a lot of 4s. A couple 3s. So basically, you've got 2 3s, 2 5s, and a whole bunch of 4s to work with. I can pass this around to you, but it's the tilt table. Each of you is going to pick one category, and then the other one's going to pick a detail for that category. So the categories are numbered. It's continued on the next page. Pick one category from the numbers that you have available.
And does the color not matter for the numbers?
No, it's just the
3s, 4s, and 5s. That's what's available.
Oh wow! So you rolled
All right.
Nothing but 3 4s.
I'm gonna pick on 4, guilt.
Okay, guilt, and then pick another category using the.
What is this category? Is this category for me, or is it for anyone? Or?
It's for the whole game.
It basically,
the whole game.
someone will get something from this category.
Yeah, it's going to introduce a twist, but you got to pick. So he picked guilt. I think we have enough 4s that you could do guilt as well.
And you picked 4. Oh wait, there's 2 numbers in here. There's
Okay,
4 guilt and okay.
He spent a 4 on guilt.
Okay. Oh, but then the numbers beneath it doesn't matter.
Not
No.
right now. No.
Yeah, no.
There
are 2 pages, by the way.
Oh, there's 2 pages.
Yeah, but we only have 3 4s and 5s.
Yeah, but there's a 3 on the other page. I'm gonna take a 3.
Okay.
On which is innocence.
Innocence. Okay, so we got guilt and innocence. Interesting.
Interesting.
And now, Will, you go and use one of these die to add the detail for his category, innocence.
All right, I'll just roll this.
No.
It's from this pool.
Oh, that kind of thing.
3.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was also thinking of 5. But no, we're going to go with 4, collateral damage.
Collateral damage.
Okay.
So how does that work?
We'll get to it in a second. And now you pick a detail for his category, which was
Guilt.
Using 3, 4, or 5.
4. Definitely 4.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, killing doesn't make any sense for our story. That's not Christmassy.
It's gonna go horribly wrong.
That horribly wrong?
I
Yes.
did say collateral damage.
Yeah.
That's true.
The live reindeer that were mistakenly brought in for
Yeah.
the nativity
Oh
scene.
no.
I'm gonna go
Well,
with
you have an
4.
object.
Yeah, greed leads to killing.
Greed leads to killing.
Oh boy.
We'll do that.
Greed leads to killing. Oh.
Now who picks next?
That's it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm going to end up making benefit.
So
aren't
we
I?
have 2 new twists that are going to be introduced via the tilt. At some point in Act 2, and it's basically the same thing. Everyone does 2 rounds,
Mhm.
and we have to work in collateral damage, and greed leads to killing.
Someone must die.
Well, it doesn't say killing what or who or anything like that. So.
It's something.
What if it's
Right.
a monetary killing? Like one of us makes a bunch of money.
I'm clearly set up.
That's not fun.
I personally like the literal sense in this case.
I'm saying.
Who goes? Jim, start again.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and start with
We're
Jim.
gonna
So
go
would you like to
with
establish a result? Keep
Okay,
in mind
so
too that you'll keep the die. So if you want to
I'm
collect a
not
certain
sure
type,
that
you
you
might want to
haven't
say that I
already
want
done
to resolve and get the die type that you want.
okay, so what is the okay, so now are we trying to get more of the same color? Is that
That's a good strategy. It's not necessarily the only one. But like I said, the more black or the more white you have, the better. You don't want to be mixed generally.
okay? I guess I'm gonna resolve and take a white.
Okay. So what are we going to establish for him?
Him getting fired.
Oh my gosh! And he decides to like still do his job, but
Of
then
course.
accidentally
He becomes
the vandal.
He becomes a
So
vigilante.
there's like a role reversal here.
So basically,
That's
it's
I like
the
them.
meeting with you and me, where he's making you give me his keys.
Oh.
Your keys.
Oh, which are the keys to your house too? Because you live
Right.
in the mall.
Right. But it's okay.
You have spares.
Yeah,
You
I
have spares.
I have
so it doesn't
spares.
matter.
I don't know. Yeah, you played space that you've not told me.
And also, I'm going to don't worry because I'm going to become a vigilante known as Mall Cop.
Ah.
Just literally just me with like a very thin mask. Okay, so
Diamond.
yes,
This.
yes, Mr. Kristoff, you called me into your office, right? So I'm wearing my uniform. Is this the next day or is it so it's like
Same day.
sweaty as hell? Okay, so it's covered, soaking in sweat. It's like it looks like I just took a bath in this uniform.
Diamond.
Yes, Mr. Kristoff.
You have been.
I did good. I stopped. There was a disturbance in the
Diamond?
mall. You heard it, and I stopped it. You heard that the songs coming out. People were freaking out. I stopped it
Diamond.
heroically.
You've been here for how many years now?
17, sir.
I think that's long enough. There comes a time in everyone's life where they find purpose and meaning.
Am I being promoted, sir? I've done a good job.
No, if you not. You have not done a good job. You have failed terribly in every task I have given you. I want you to leave. Turn in your badge and your keys and your hat.
I step out of your private bathroom. You hear a flush.
Sir,
And I'm wearing a mall cop uniform.
what? You making him a mall cop?
He knows them all better than anyone else, and he seems to actually care about doing what is right.
Hey, Diamond, yo.
You're making a big mistake, Mr. Kristoff.
I think the big mistake was hiring you in the first place. Goodbye, Diamond.
So are you making me hand over like my badge and my... Okay, so I'm handing over my stuff really slowly. Are you the keys too? Do I have to get my keys too, Mr. Kristoff?
The keys too. You
All
can
right.
keep the keychain.
All right, so I keep the Hello Kitty keychain. Mr. Kristoff, do I have to give him my giant flashlight too?
Yes, the flashlight comes with it.
Okay, so I'm reaching over and I handed him the flashlight. What about my gun, sir?
You don't have a gun.
Well, and I pull out I just pull out like a Glock and just kind of stick it.
Do you have a license for that?
Probably.
You know what? Keep it. I do not care.
That sounds well for you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kristoff.
Do not care.
So long, Diamond.
This isn't over. This isn't over, Stitch. This is not over.
Close. The
Whenever there's problems, I'll
I
be
close
there.
the door
Whenever
while
there's
he's
people
still
in a
on.
line, whenever there's people in a line getting unruly, kids getting unruly in a line, the mall cop will be there.
I have to say, Mr. Edwards, I really like your art in this office.
I still have not cleaned art. Yeah.
It's got kind of a classical flair, but with like a nouveau twist.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Is this what the kids are into nowadays?
I wish.
I think we're gonna get along just fine.
Oh yeah. So you want me to go like bust some twerps, yo?
Just make sure the back doors are locked for now. We'll start off slow, get you used to it.
Back doors, got it, yeah.
All right, scene. All right, you're up next. Establish a resolve.
Let's see.
Oh wait, that was my scene, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So shouldn't it end with me?
Good. Yeah. Well, how do you want to end it?
So while they finished their conversation, so now I'm standing outside the office, and I seem a little dejected at first, but then I realize that this is really just a test. Mr. Kristoff is testing me. He knows that I have what it takes to get a promotion.
And I know you have a gun now.
Yes, and he knows I have what it takes to get a promotion. So I realize, I say,
If I kill them, I'll become the mall cop.
I have to prove to Mr. Kristoff that I am the true mall cop. It's time now that I'm not officially Buck Diamond. Buck Diamond, the mall cop, is dead. Long live mall cop. And I reach out and I have like a little mask that I've made from just like an old sock that I've cut holes in.
Time you made it.
I've had it for years. It's
Just
a really dirty
in
sock,
case.
just in case. And I like tie it dramatically around my head, and I just kind of wander off. Actually, no, but I run off. I run off and I do like a pose.
Right in front of the security camera.
Yeah.
Yes, right in front of a security camera, of course.
Okay. For me, I'm going to resolve and take a black die.
Okay.
And
So what shall we establish?
I think that you should be working on that nativity scene.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think someone's vandalized
I
it.
think the problem is that your order has been replaced, and so instead of the plastic
Reindeer.
child-safe reindeer,
The
there are
reindeer,
live
actual
reindeer here.
Live reindeer.
I like
What?
that. Yeah, I like that
Yes.
too.
Who? Why?
I walk over with the clipboard. So apparently, someone went over the church budget and ordered a bunch of live reindeer. That's your signature, right?
I didn't. But Deacon, you know that I would never misappropriate funds like this.
Of course not. Of course not. But it happened.
Well, send them back.
We can't. Orders placed.
Where's the receipt?
They're closed for the holidays.
But it's Christmas.
Exactly. This happens this weekend. We can't send these back. Someone's got to feed them.
Well, then you do it.
Why? I have a business to run.
I know, I'm your boss. I
no.
own your lease.
No, you're not my boss. That's not. I pay you money. If you get rid of me, you make no money.
Well, I'd rather not make money than have you messing things up with these blind reindeer.
I didn't order the reindeer. You ordered the reindeer.
I think I'm going to push you now. I'm going to physically confront you. It's like, this is your fault.
I'm going to stumble back.
I'm
going to tell
Oh
the pastor.
Yeah, sure. Let's see.
I'm going to tell the pastor.
Yeah, he doesn't even know you exist. You're always in the back room doing all the AV stuff.
Doing all the stuff he's asked me to do personally.
He knows my name.
Right, because it keeps coming up in meetings.
Exactly.
What do you think it means?
I'm asking you.
I just told you something.
Is this going to get violent?
Are you going to make it violence?
I might.
Well, I might have to get violent back.
I think I'm going to throw a punch now.
I'm going to take it and just kind of stagger and be like, I'm going to go find the mall cop. And I turn around.
Good luck.
You have reindeer to deal with.
I have reindeer to deal with.
So, I'm actually distributing permanent
Feed us out
markers
all of that.
to children in line.
And teaching them the.
Oh wait! Was that the end of the scene?
Yeah,
with
let's
Ben
go
running
that.
off
Let's
the
go
camera?
that scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's now yours, right?
I'm going to let someone else establish it.
Okay.
So you're going to take a die?
Okay. Do you want white or black?
I'm going to take black.
So I think definitely his scene should involve him trying to track down the mall cop.
Yeah, and finding out the horrible truth.
Yes.
horrible truth.
Where is? I know. Where is that
he
guy?
should be
What's
in
his
my
name?
store showing off his new
Diamond?
badge.
Nice.
Oh, there's a uniform. Wait, why are they?
So much shorter.
So this is lime green, and it glows in the dark, dude.
Smells funny.
Yeah. So
My mommy says I'm not allowed to draw on the walls.
at this mall, it's for kids, yo. Malls are owned by the people, yo.
Thanks, Mr. Mall Officer. Wee.
Yeah.
I walk up. So you're
Oh, hey.
the mall cop now.
Yeah, I give you a big snappy salute.
Nah.
Operation Valkyrie's going better than I imagined.
I can tell. So
Don't forget that he's a mail thief.
there's.
I'm the worst mall cop there ever was.
You really are.
Second worst mall cop there ever was.
All right, you can
Yes.
I don't know. You have like handcuff. You can arrest people, right? You're a cop.
Yeah.
So
I'd like shoot him if I want to.
so that Edwards, he assaulted me. You need to do something about it.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
He hired me.
And now we see the problems inherent in the system.
This is
right
You're
to the
not
children.
going to be a problem inherent in the system,
What's
are
in
you?
that bottle, mister?
It's Kool-Aid.
Can I have some? I like Kool-Aid.
It's empty.
Listen, yo, I appreciate the help that you've been to me and all, but I think I've like transcended your assistance.
Where's the old mall cop?
I don't know.
Meanwhile, camera pan to a trash can off suspiciously sitting in the middle of like a mall hallway.
It's not even matching any of the other.
It's not
trash
matching
cans.
any other trash cans. It's clearly not a real trash can. I've worn
It's made of cardboard.
yes, I've worn essentially a trash
badly
can
painted.
suit, and I'm peering out with like
The box is
binoculars.
square,
Yes,
the
like
other trash cans are
spine on
round.
that, waiting for. I'm farther away though from y'all, and I'm waiting for you to. I'm waiting for a Stitch to mess up,
So
so that I can catch him red-handed and get my job back.
So what happens here is I tell him, fine. Well, if you see him, let him know that your Mr. Edwards decided to get in a fight with me. What you hear is I've assaulted Mr. Edwards.
There's a criminal on the loose.
I've got to protect Mr. Kristoff.
Don't call that a scene.
Oh man.
All right. So
I'm fiercely loyal.
Resolve.
Resolve. Well, which one do you want?
Either way.
It doesn't matter
It
either
really
way.
doesn't.
Okay, so let's go and establish first, and you can pick as we go.
All right.
So, what are we establishing for this scene?
Okay, so let's see.
Congratulations on the new promotion. That
Yeah.
might get him a new rank. He might make elf.
What are you selling right now?
This week.
This week.
Week before
cookie dough
Christmas.
mix and scented candles and electronic toys, which makes him really upset. and
But-
like the remote control helicopters.
So I think we should also try to work in either the need or the object. So bring the notarized letter thing back into it, or talk about the miracle of Christmas in the scene.
This is
And what about
real Santa?
And what about the live reindeer? Maybe that's part of the Christmas marathon.
Oh yeah,
Maybe mix that in somehow.
Because you've got the real Santa here now because of that golden letter.
Wait, who's the real Santa?
He's got an actual beard,
It's not fake.
and it's since it's in conjunction with her store, she is technically paying them, so it's free to the children.
he's a method actor who's convinced himself he's actually Santa.
Oh, that's even better. So he thinks he's Santa, and I think he's Santa.
He's legally changed his name to Saint Nick.
We've now established target number 1 for the killing, by the way.
I'll be in your store twirling the keys.
Oh, and we think that the reindeer that are downstairs are his reindeer.
Right.
Well,
They're
they
in
are
the wrong
obviously.
display.
We need to go. That's where he parked them.
So like my boss, Mr. Edwards, he like said the reindeer needed some food or something. So I was thinking, you've got cookies,
Yeah.
and we can feed the reindeer your cookie dough,
Okay.
and then like
no.
Reindeer love cookies.
well, it's like
It's part
the
of
magic of Christmas.
We have peppermint sticks. Here, we have some. I have some that I baked earlier. I didn't give all of them away because things got really weird. Here, take these down to them. Oh, and these candy canes.
I'm off the candy canes.
Well, not
Personally?
for you. They're for the reindeer.
Can you box
Stitch.
them up or something?
Okay,
Can't
sure,
touch the
here you
stuff,
go.
man.
Yeah, I got a little serious.
6 months clean.
Yeah, but I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. All right.
I'm off.
Okay.
I'm off the mint.
Well, I'm here. I'm here for you if you need to.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're like contractually obligated, yo.
Well, yes, but just so you remember that.
Okay,
that
but
I'm here.
I just wanted to point out that Magic of Christmas is real, yo, because
Of
like
course.
I've got keys to anything, whatever you want. Just let me know.
Oh, thank you, Stitch. You are so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just make sure the reindeer have the delicious cookies, and it's so nice that we get to have Santa here too. Oh, this is the best Christmas ever.
So
Appropriate.
I'll like take a whole dolly full
Oh,
of cookies and put raw cookie dough down, and then I'm like because your store's upstairs, but I'm like I don't know where it's the elevator's on the other side, and
This is
So
quicker.
I just dumped the whole thing over, big crash right down, and it's just and the reindeer start eating.
Oh
Wow.
Reindeer.
no. This is going to be messy.
Animal cruelty is happening.
All right, establish a resolve.
Oh, who do I give the?
No, you keep
It's
Oh, I
yours.
keep this
I
one?
will.
Okay.
I will resolve.
Do you want to pick an ending first, or establish and then figure it out?
I want a positive ending.
Okay. So what are we establishing for him?
Well, I mean, he just made a lot of noise with those. Did he run off from the reindeer? Or?
I think he's going to start finding signs of the mall cop.
This makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that.
Like
You're gonna feel bad about it.
Oh.
Like, guilt
right,
thing starts
guilt.
coming to play
Oh.
because you've got a family, and this guy seems to have nobody,
Yeah.
and that's breaking the spirit of Christmas.
Oh.
Oh.
Someone's got to get greedy at some point too.
you have an epiphany.
Wait, there wasn't
Knock your
wasn't
heads
greedy,
off
was there?
him.
Greed leads to killing. Is
Oh,
what
right.
it tells.
Okay,
There's
so
also collateral damage.
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
your innocence. You
Knock
you
your
you
heads
know
off
that
camera.
that Diamond has no one during this time of the year, and now he's just lost his job.
One of the empty boxes of cookies is on the ground. I pick it up, take it to a trash can, and dump it in, and it lands on your face.
You know what? We need
There's-
to induct him into our.
There's nobody
cult,
here.
So he'll
There's
have
nobody here.
Trash can noises.
This is just a trash
I'm
can
in.
noise.
So he'll have a family at Christmas.
Man, you're one trashy dude. But really?
Stitch, if I was still had my authority, my flashlight, I would send you to mall jail.
It's right here. Bop.
Did you want to hit me over there?
Yeah, with your flashlight.
Oh wow.
All right. So I'm like, why'd you do that for?
Because I got authority, man. Now you know how it feels.
Oh.
All right. That's it. It's time for Mall Cop to jump into action. So I'm like softly trying to get up to jump into action, but I'm like stuck in this cardboard box, so it falls over, and I just kind of fall over, and I'm like rolling around trying to get out.
Rolls down the up escalator. So it's an endless.
Yeah, I roll down the up escalator. Yeah, it's
the most pathetic thing ever.
I grab some neon pink, and rattle the can. And I start spraying you and spraying it and spraying everything. It's just pink, and you're twirling and it's pink. And then I step back to admire my handiwork, and suddenly, oh man, that's just pitiful.
Oh.
Diamond, you're pathetic. You
You can't hear him. I don't think.
I don't think I can hear anything at this point.
Screw this noise. And I take off my hat and my coat, and I just toss it down.
You leave it right in front of him.
I just toss it down. And I'm gonna go tag something and make some beautiful art.
So meanwhile, where this is going on, I'm gonna be able to like squeeze out and see the clothing and get really excited and start.
I think this is your first Christmas gift to Diamond.
Yeah.
Could be, but I didn't give him his keys back.
I have spares.
Yeah.
And also, so I see the clothing lying there. I finally, it takes me several minutes to get out of this conundrum, but I finally get out of like the cardboard box and manage to crawl back up, and I see the clothes lying there. And say, must be a Christmas miracle. And I grab the clothing and I run off looking for a phone booth because I think I'm going to change like a superhero back into my mall cop uniform. And when I don't see one, I just kind of like duck behind a corner and start like changing into the mall uniform.
Nice.
There's just people walking by and like freaking out.
That's not the weirdest thing that happened in this mall today.
It's really not.
Keep yourself.
I
took one, but you know what? I'm going to change it because that was a negative result, and I like it better.
I think you feel bad enough about Diamond that your next tag is going to be a mural glorifying him.
Oh wow! I think I did one of those already.
But like actually,
not in my office.
Well, let's not rule anything out.
Okay. So now we are on our final round, so things got to really start hitting the fan right now. Would you like to establish a resolve?
I don't know. I think maybe I should establish because I have an idea about what I want to do.
Okay.
So I'm going to establish, and now that I've got my mall cop uniform back, I feel like I've now been empowered again. I'm back as mall cop, but I'm still wearing the sock cover because I've still shorn the identity of Buck Diamond.
You look like a 6-year-old in 4-year-old clothes.
Yes.
Because it fit me, not you.
Yeah, it's like really. I look like like Chris Farley in the tiny shirt.
Yeah.
In those movies, yeah. So
I think you're going to walk in on me trying to corral the reindeer.
Oh no, I'm gonna go straight for David Price because David Price assaulted Mr. Kristoff, so I have to go confront him
and deal mall justice
and deal mall justice and send him to mall jail.
Oh no.
So
yeah,
this is gonna go poorly.
Yes, this is gonna go very poorly.
So I go directly to David
run
Price.
out of wine at this point, I think.
Yeah. And so I go straight into his store and I say, Mr. Price, come out in the name of justice.
I walk out.
Mall justice.
At last, you've shown up. I
Yes.
mean, look, you got. I guess he hired 2 of you now. That's great.
No, I've seen you assault. I know that you assaulted Mr. Kristoff, and it's time for you to pay your due in mall jail.
Wait.
Assault is 2 hours in mall jail.
Wait.
Wow.
I think your story is backwards. Yeah, Edwards hit me.
That's not what I heard. I heard you admit that you attacked him.
That vandal. I don't. Look. Go talk to the other mall cop buddy. He'll set it straight. Edwards hit me.
No, I don't believe you. And so I'm like fumbling around inside my pants for the gun that I have. I'm like fumbling, trying to find it. So, I pull the gun out. This is going to go badly for me. So I pull the gun out. Let's see how we're going to do this.
You never keep the safety on. I bet it goes
I never
off.
keep the safety on. I'm thinking,
Let's do it.
I think this will be funny.
Let's
Okay,
do it, 'cause
fine. So I'm fumbling and I drop the gun and it goes off and the bullet hits you.
It takes me, and I stumble.
I didn't
back.
say it killed you or anything.
I know.
Yeah.
Let's. I need an EMT.
And I'm freaking out now. Oh no! What do I do? I gotta find Mr. Kristoff. He'll know what to do.
I'm pulling out a phone like, I'm trying to dial 911.
What's the number for
911? How do I? Do the ones come first?
You are so drunk.
Stay right there, Mr. Price. I'll find help.
Yeah, I'm not going. I have to close the store.
I'll call Mr. Kristoff. And I poke my head out of the store. Mr. Kristoff!
No, I think you go running and slip in reindeer poop.
I'll do that. I run. I'm gonna do that as well. So after I'm calling, I gotta go find you myself. I start running down, but I'm wearing clothing that's like a size too small or something.
What if he slips some reindeer poop and that's where the horn comes in?
Oh no!
The horn comes in.
Oh yeah.
The Christmas canceled object.
Oh no.
Reindeer horn
No.
or antler.
I think I know what's going to happen. You slide into the atrium, knock Santa off his throne onto the horn.
Yes,
Oh,
I like that. So
Fake Santa kid.
Greed
Christmas.
kills someone.
yeah, I like it. So that's what happens. I slip on the reindeer poop. I slide forward and crash right into the whole exhibit. Santa falls over and lands right on the reindeer. All right. I was gonna say it just kind of.
No, we have
are
something.
there children witnessing this too?
Yeah.
You can.
Christmas is canceled.
That's what happens when you're bad.
As the kids start freaking out, I'm yelling, "Stay in line! Stay in line, kids!" I'm like, "Stay in line!"
Wait your turn to meet the reindeer.
I think we'll call that a scene.
Yeah.
We'll call that a scene.
All right, Brian.
Lots of bad stuff is happening.
Establish a resolve.
I'm gonna establish.
Okay.
I am sitting in the.
Oh, do I keep this or did I give it to someone?
You keep it.
Okay.
I'm sitting in the ruins of my office. I think I have access to like the security cameras. I bet, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I am just head in hands at what is going on. I don't have a flask with communion wine.
It's Vox Merlot, actually.
Yeah, what do I want to do? Oh man, I think I'm going to actually call the real police. Or no, I'm going to call you in first.
Okay.
What does he do? Yeah, I was like, Lilo, can we talk about what's going on in the atrium?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have an explanation for why this is happening in the mall? Does this look like a happy Christmas to you? Is this what holiday cheer is supposed to mean?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I thought I knew, but I don't know anymore.
What do you know?
I know Diamond's like pathetic.
That's a given.
I don't know. I thought I had everything I wanted, but when I had it, I just didn't want it anymore.
You're fired.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Just get out. Get out of my office. I'm calling the police and ambulance and animal control and I don't know who else. A new Santa, maybe.
We already have the
He's
real
dead.
Santa. No, there were two. The fake mall Santa is dead. My real Santa
You
lives.
think-
He's immortal. Santa is immortal, and you know it.
Santa's an idea.
Santa, yeah, you can't kill him.
Whatever, yo.
He's also
Good luck
person
with your
who flies
Christmas
around the
thing.
world and gives
Get out. Bah humbug. I think that's scene.
That's scene, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to establish, and I'm going to factor in on the greed kills somebody, and the church frenemies thing, because you have to make sure the EMTs go to the right place.
That's a great.
Oh no!
Oh, I see. Oh.
So you pass by, like, as you're walking around the atrium, you walk over to where I'm at, and you see me like trying to hold.
Oh my God!
hold
What
myself.
happened?
Your cop shot me.
Lilo did this?
It was
No.
no.
Where did he get the gun?
No,
That's not important.
That's not. It wasn't Leah's. Your other cop. Your other, like, it wasn't. He dropped.
You're delirious. You're
Look.
losing too much blood.
He dropped a gun. Look. I just want to say, look.
Deacon.
I'm sorry, because like The reindeer are not your fault. Like, I forged your signature.
Ooh.
It's everyone, like, they talk about you in the meetings, like, all the time, and they forget what I do. And it's like, if we don't have it at the church,
This is what this is about.
if we don't have it at the church, I do nothing. So is this gonna be a good or a bad?
I think
you.
I
said this.
Wait. So this is about you.
This is the frenemies thing. Yes.
Yeah, this is about you, isn't it? This has always been about you. I walk out. I leave you to die.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Someone's
Yeah.
getting
We
cold
kind of need to
stuff.
swap them then.
Yeah.
not necessarily. You could have found a way to survive that.
I can't. Like, I'm drunk. I can't do anything. It's like,
EMTs are helping Santa
do you tear up my lease papers?
in front of you. Yes.
It's been revoked.
I just kind of like slide down. And
See you on Sunday.
Let it snow.
I pull out the flask and I'm like, just kind of like,
There's a bullet hole in it.
No.
That would have been the good ending. He finds out all that they thought it was blood. He
Blood,
won.
yeah. He just was so drunk that he thought he was shot.
Yeah.
I mean, there's concussion damage.
I say switch it.
I say switch it. I like that. That's what happens.
Your
Okay.
cask
You
saves
pull
you.
the cask, you
pull
realize
it out, like, and it's
the bullet.
there's a bullet hole in my.
Yeah. No, the bullet is still in the flask.
Yeah.
So it's been leaking out.
You
You,
have-
you didn't actually get shot.
Yeah,
You
I
thought
know. I'm like, I shake it and then,
You have a huge bruise there.
Yeah.
Maybe a cracked rib.
It hurt, of course.
oh.
I feel really sorry. And also, your lease has been destroyed.
Yes, I no longer have.
And also, you know that he tried to kill you, essentially.
Yeah.
He let you die.
I guess
He's
you could say
willing
he's
to
got
let
a
you die.
new lease on life.
Oh,
That was terrible.
He's willing to let you die.
All right.
Oh.
And
Seriously, establish our result.
Um.
The gun's still there.
The
That's
green
true.
light Santa.
oh yeah, the gun is still there.
The gun is still there. Oh wow.
Chaos and pandemonium.
Yeah, well, Santa did die.
Chaos and Pandemonium.
Children are terrified of Christmas now.
Not in my store.
Well, they're screaming, so do something.
I'm still
You know what?
frantically
That's
trying to get them
actually,
back in
how are
line.
you reacting to the children going nuts?
Um.
And the fact that you just see a dead Santa over there.
Let's see.
And you don't believe that that's the real Santa.
That's not the real Santa.
And you see him walking off washing them
I'm
together.
going to tell the children that is not the real Santa. Come in, children. Meet the real Santa. Real Santa is just fine, and we're gonna have cookies, and we're gonna sing Christmas carols.
What happened to Santa?
That's not Santa. Santa's just fine, and he's right in here. And I bring all the children into my store, and their parents are very much relieved that my
They're
Santa
still a
is-
dead man.
They're still a dead man, but my real Santa is distracting their children.
And
And the elf on the shelf shows up and promotes me.
Yeah.
I'm actually, as I see them start to be ushered over, I think this is a completely natural process. So I'm keeping them in line as they're going to your store. I'm like making sure they stay in single file, and the parents are just so confused by all this. They assume it's some sort of weird, elaborate show, so they're going along with it. Because I'm really confident about this being true. So I'm like, that must not be the real. I believe it too. I'm like, that must not be the real Santa.
I think Stitch should show
I
up
think
now.
that you are a prime candidate to become one of our little peppermints.
I don't know what that is, but
Sounds delicious.
First
it
level
sounds
cult member.
delicious.
I think Stitch should walk in now.
Okay.
Stitch.
So next, is it next scene? Is
Is
it
it the
just?
next-
No, we're resolving this one.
Okay. Well, okay, we're.
That
yeah,
seemed
so-
like a good ending. right?
Yeah.
Okay, we can go with that.
cheers from the kids and the
Yeah.
parents.
Right
And
now, this is actually wild. This can be white or black.
suddenly, oh really?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can choose to establish our results.
Okay, that's cool. And suddenly, the people start buying everything in the store. Like just they're cleaning you out.
I'm good with that.
In an orderly fashion,
Yeah.
Oh,
as
yes.
enforced by Mall Cop. From
You know,
the Mall Cop, formerly known
The
as Black
Iron
Diamond.
Fist.
Are you horrified by the
Tell me
mortality you
something,
just witnessed?
do you
No, I-
believe in Santa?
Go to
He's
consumerism.
already
Do you
forgotten.
believe
Buy
in
away your
Santa?
I believe that that's not the real Santa. Of course, it couldn't be because Santa can't die, right? That sounds right.
That's absolutely right. We should have a talk sometime about Christmas and Santa.
Take a pamphlet. I can't read.
That's okay. We have some lovely YouTube videos. I'll show you later.
What's a YouTube
It's just like TV. It's lots of fun. You'll love it.
television?
You Yeah.
But in 17 years, I've lived in this mall, so I see televisions, but I've never actually owned a television.
Nice.
Well, the security monitors.
That's true.
Stitch is in the men's room.
So you're establishing.
Graffitiing up a stall, and the real Santa walks in.
Are you gonna get some comeuppance?
Stands next to him, unzips, and says, "Oh, ho, ho, you would not believe the crowd of kids in there. Oh, makes old Santa have to go. Ho, ho." And I just look over at him like, "You're unbelievable."
I don't believe in you anymore.
I kind of want this to stay black.
Yeah.
You know, Santa, Santa, I used to believe in you. In fact, earlier today was the greatest Christmas of my life. And then I had everything. And what I realized was I didn't have anything. Why, Santa? And I grab him and I shake him. Why, Santa? Why?
You're definitely getting the black marker pull.
Yeah.
Is he going to hit his head too hard? Are you going to kill Santa again?
There's a collateral damage.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't we already kill a Santa?
Well, that was green.
That was green.
Green kills.
Oh,
We're going to kill 2 this day.
But collateral damage said innocence too.
Yeah.
Oh, the reindeer still have eaten disgusting junk food and not had a consequence yet.
They're probably the
They're the collateral damage.
Yeah.
There are dead reindeer now.
There's dead reindeer.
So,
or at least very sick reindeer.
so somebody roleplay Santa and give the reply.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, young man, but you are being pretty naughty right now. Please let go. Please let go. This is a rental suit, kid.
There's no such thing as Santa.
Yeah, I know.
I slap him.
Oh! Do you knock the beard off?
Yeah. He has
He
a
had
real
a
one.
real beard.
He had the
He
real
has
one,
a
yeah.
real beard.
I thought the other one that died had the
No,
beard.
No,
These
no,
are
no,
the
no.
fake
This is the
one.
special one.
This is
The real
real.
Santa.
He hits you back.
This is real Santa.
Ow!
Full envelope.
What'd you do that for?
You hit me first, kid.
Santa doesn't hit people.
Well, I'm not really Santa, am I?
You're not?
Kid, how old are you?
Like 14?
Grow up.
Whoa.
I think Santa leaves now.
You're right. I need to grow up. This changes everything. And I take everything out of my pockets, my can, I throw it in the urinal.
Phone.
My markers, I throw it in the urinal. My phone didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
But the last thing I do is on the phone, I uninstall the app.
Oh wait, the app to destroy the blow the bullhorn.
Right.
That one.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one.
All right.
And I go, I don't think that I can be Stitch anymore.
Oh.
From now on, I'm going to be the artist formerly known as Stitch.
All right. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the aftermath, which is kind of like an ending montage to see what happens to everyone.
Now we roll.
Yes, now we roll. So what you're going to do, basically same idea as before. Roll all your dice, add up your black, add up your white, subtract the lower, and we'll go from there.
9 black.
9 black,
Oh, man.
4 black.
4 black.
Oh.
10 black.
Okay,
Wow.
So,
20 white.
Wow.
okay.
One white.
So we're going to go around in a circle, and basically for each die you have, you get a montage scene. So basically you get to give us like a little quick thing about what's happening to your character. Let me read you what your result is. White 20.
Yes.
That is white 13 plus. Fantastic. It's fat times ahead, safe and secure. That thing that would make your life better. Oh, you got it. Absolutely. And then some more. Enjoy it.
Oh, I'm okay. Well, there we go.
So first montage scene.
Okay.
So put a die aside. You can actually, if
How
you
does that
want, make like the white things good things and the black things bad things. That's optional.
Do I? Oh, I need bad things too.
Or
Save your bad thing to last because it's got to be bittersweet.
it can kind of be like morally questionable too.
I'll do. Okay, here we go. So each die is supposed to be one montage scene.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're gonna go around in a circle.
And there's soft Christmas music playing
Yeah.
over this montage.
Okay. So let's see. So Buck Diamond decides to return to his former identity. He's going to put away the identity of mall cop and
become
be
mall cop.
Buck Diamond, the mall cop. But he also joins the cult as well. This is part of it. Like he learns more about the cult and learns gets a new perspective on Christmas and the Christmas spirit.
He makes reindeer very quickly.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. Well, I get to go through all of it, right?
We're going to go
One
to
at a
the
time.
turns.
Oh, okay. Because I'm going to get promoted, so I gotta get.
Well,
Well, I'm going to give
All right.
each of you your
sorry,
results
go.
in turn.
Yeah.
So what was your result?
Black 9.
Black 8 through 9, nothing to write home about. Back to where you started. Maybe sore and broke just like yesterday and tomorrow. You probably learned something though, like how to do it right next time. Next time. ...
Well, I think the first scene is that I am just walking through the wasteland that is the atrium now. The dead Santa, the dead and dying reindeer, the reindeer poop everywhere, the cookies that got spilled from the second floor, and the graffiti everywhere. And I realize I quit. I just cannot do this anymore. I just need to go. This is over. Just walk away.
All right. Will, what was your result?
4 black.
4 black. Savage. Savage as in something is broken or mashed. You'll get a permanent limp and a bad reputation. Plus you totally fail.
Right. Obviously, it's going to be a bad reputation. The next couple of days, like I am not at the when they do finally have the nativity thing. I am not there.
Mm-hmm.
And the next Sunday, I can see all of the glares because word has gotten around about everything, almost everything that happened.
Gotcha.
Do you keep the gun?
No, I don't even touch it.
All right. What was your result?
1 white.
1 white.
If you leave it there for kids.
That's going to be bad. Dreadful. You are certainly dead, probably from self-inflicted wound.
What?
Hang on. People you care about are also probably dead. Maybe through your own stupid, ugly failure. To say that you effed up is an insult to effed upness. You have redefined the term.
Wow.
With
wow.
1 white, I thought white was good.
Yeah, but
not-
you rolled low.
You rolled really low.
Oh wow.
13 either way is usually good.
So you basically killed yourself. Is that what we're?
It is the ultimate sacrifice to the clan, the cult. So I think
There you
it's,
go, yeah.
you should do your whites first as you rise up in ranks, and then your ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, that
Maybe.
makes sense.
Maybe.
Like things are getting better, and at the end, you just off yourself for some reason.
Or it's
You've gone,
Jonestown.
that's what happens at the highest level of the cult.
Oh, you go to meet Santa. At the
Exactly.
North Pole.
Everyone gets to meet Santa.
No, they give you the material for an expedition and send you to the North Pole.
Yeah.
And drags you and you
No.
along.
Nice. No. I have a different idea in mind. Go for it.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I do get promoted. I get promoted to secondary elf, to elf on the shelf, and the children love the store, and yes, and it appears I have saved Christmas for these children.
All right.
Don't look at that bunny. Don't look at that bunny.
-10.
So
Black 10.
black 10. Pretty good. All things considered, you're coming out of this smelling like a rose. You're a little better off. Maybe you got the girl, or maybe you just didn't get caught.
Okay. So the very first thing that I do is quit the cult. I tell them I'm done. I was posing anyway. It's not going to define me as a person. It's time for me to grow up.
It was just a phase.
Yeah.
Santa told you to cry.
All right. So for my next positive, the new boss of the mall, when he's brought in, he just doesn't realize how completely inept Buck Diamond is. But he just knows that Buck's been there for 17 years, so he just assumes this guy must really know what he's doing. So he promotes me to the senior staff of the mall cops. So I'm like the head mall cops of the other mall cops that are in the mall, of which
We never saw.
Yeah, only like a few other people are even mall cops. So it's not like
Many
I
of them
have.
are now searching for new positions elsewhere.
Yes, exactly. But I have gotten a raise. I was able to convince him. No. I'm making $775.
Nice.
Oh yeah, double what I wanted. So I'm really
That's how
excited.
math works.
Yeah. Well, I wanted 25 cents more. I got 50 cents more.
It is rather awkward next Sunday. I definitely don't make eye contact with you. And I start to
Are you surprised he's alive? You left him to die.
Yeah, I kind of thought he was gonna die. Left him for dead. He probably remembers that and holds it against me.
The lights stay a little bit dimmer after the worship service.
Yeah. And I think I start just dropping out of church activities. I don't lead the choir as often or do organize things as much. I'm not as an active community member anymore. I've just started drawing in on myself.
People think that you're going to hell.
Well, I think we're all going to hell.
I switched. I changed churches. I liquidated all of my assets, and I get a brand new life in a different city.
Which city?
Where were we?
It's in a metroplex, so it's like one city over.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it's like going from Plano to Allen.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, I sell my store to the next prospective elf and move to the headquarters of the cults, where I am revered and
hang out with Tom Cruise. No, not Tom Cruise. Tim Allen.
Yes.
Tim Allen would be a poster boy for your cult.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I started the same
and
Yeah.
right. That elf movie.
You probably teach him how to read.
Oh yeah. We'll teach him how to read. He does make it up to reindeer pretty fast,
Fantastic.
which I'm credited for as a great teacher, obviously.
Scared Straight, the artist formerly known as Stitch, decides to use his talents at the giant cookie store in the mall, at which point his product is so revered that he is quickly promoted to manager of the store.
Nice. Okay, so after being taught how to read, and some time passes, Buck decides that he's willing to go back to school and get his high school diploma. Doesn't quite realize that he's not supposed to just go right back into high school, at his age. But he's 45. But he somehow is able to, just by sheer luck, and they take pity on him, and they just assume that he must be mentally retarded. They decide to let him back into the school as though he is a high school student. And eventually, with a solid C average and a bunch of tutoring, Buck manages to pass high school.
What's his SAT score?
His SAT score is a solid 900. Is that good? No, wait. What's the total now? 2,400.
I guess that's 2,400.
What do you get for signing your name?
That much, yes.
Yeah. That's about how much you get.
50?
No, actually, Buck writes down like C's or like whatever for every single answer. So just by sheer chance, he gets some right, but he has an extremely low score.
Gotcha.
Actually, no, he draws a skateboard with a Scantron sheet.
Sounds like PTSD.
Christopher starts a new job. He realizes that he doesn't want to deal with people anymore. People were the problem. Diamond, Stitch, all these people in the mall were the problem. So he starts a farm and raises reindeer.
Yeah.
The business is going exceedingly well, like really well. And then the, say, inquisition into the events at the mall brings up a discarded gun and shell casing in a certain person's store. There's no license on the gun. The serial numbers have been filed off of the barrel.
Rather poorly.
Yeah, so it can't really be identified, but basically they know it's no longer, and so they basically just described it to me. And the ensuing court fees and issues with being in and out of temporary holding, that kind of thing, I lose the new business.
Okay. They are so pleased with me at the headquarters of the cult that I am sent to the North Pole and welcomed into Santa's court with open arms. I'm going someplace with this, but I'm extremely happy, and I'm at the North Pole.
It's warm and beautiful.
Nice.
It is. It is. There are colors, and candy literally does grow on trees, and the reindeer really do eat sugar cookies, and they don't get sick or anything because they're magical reindeer.
This is
That's
clearly
why.
like delusion from the cold.
No, I'm at the North Pole with Santa.
Yes, yes.
His wife wants to adopt me.
That's nice.
So Stuart, which is Stitch's real name.
Not Lilo?
No.
Confused.
Leland Stewart,
Right.
short Lilo.
S-
Yeah,
s-
there you go.
Stuart Leland.
Yeah, the Stuart
There you go. He actually is very quickly elected to the team of managers at the food court as the representative to lobby for better representation at the meetings and better contracts because it's such a draw for the mall. The mall is not doing well with all the scandals, and it's I decide that the way to handle this is to take advantage of all the gullible Christmas goers, and by the very next year, Santa is actually in the food court and saves financially the mall.
Oh, man, you turned quick on the cult's teachings.
Yeah.
I wear a full three-piece suit now.
And you're like 15?
16 now.
All right. So.
Because Santa told you to grow up.
Right, exactly.
All right, so armed with his new high school diploma, Buck is able to find a different job at the mall. He's moving on up. He's working at the Orange Julius, and he manages to work himself all the way up to the manager through sheer luck and completely somehow bumbling his way through. So now he's managing the Orange Julius and making, I don't know, like $13 an hour or something. He's feeling on top of the world for now.
Still
He
lives
actually,
in
has
the mall.
he actually has an apartment now, right?
Oh, no.
I actually have a place to live. Yes, I have a place to live, and but I'm feeling a longing. We'll say,
Mhm.
and that's what we'll leave for now because it's all one more.
I've done all my sins.
Great.
I bought the farm and left it all behind.
Bought the farm. Someone died.
Having finally managed to clear up everything else and standing there where basically all I have now is a couple months rent on my apartment. There's a knock at my door. Guy's holding an envelope. And I'm being sued for 5 years of back taxes on a business that I liquidated and did not properly report.
You didn't have the lease.
Right. So having no records of anything else, I am locked away for tax fraud.
Thanks to me.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. Enjoy your reindeer.
They're very nice.
So Mr. and Mrs. Claus do adopt me, and I become the Princess of Christmas. And I'm very, very happy. The doctors don't have much hope, but they think maybe eventually, with a lot more drugs, I might maybe recover someday.
You might wake up. Maybe.
But I'm really very happy, so it's very unlikely.
I'm glad I did not eat those gingerbread
It's
They were made with
man.
love and magic. Magic. I mean, can it really be any worse for you? If you wrap the cookies, maybe you wouldn't have to deal with it. How funny you're
There you go.
Claim temporary insanity.
Having saved the mall and become one of the most prestigious people involved in it, it's pretty easy for me to finish high school early, get a full scholarship, go get a business degree, and quickly simply take over the mall and begin running it.
You turned corporate.
I went corporate.
traitor.
You died.
You have the best art displays of any mall in the area.
Yes, and that's the draw. That's the great draw. But the truth is, all the Christmas at this mall is hollow. There's no soul. It's the best Santa. Everybody knows it. It's the best art. Everyone knows it. The truth is, as I sit in my office, staring at the monitor, watching all the joy and the elves and everything, I just sit back and I go, "We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
A bitter old man at the age of 22.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy bottom line."
Oh.
All right. So I'm managing the Orange Julius, and this is now in the same mall that Stuart Leland is, and I feel
You don't recognize him at all.
I of course he would for sure.
Yeah.
He will in a minute. So but I feel a longing, even though I have an apartment now and I have a better job and I'm doing well financially, and I've just through sheer being lax with dues, I'm out of the cult just by like sheer luck again. But I have to go back to the mall cop life. I feel the calling, the pull to being a mall cop. And I decide that by day I will be the manager of the Orange Julius, but by night I will become the mall cop. And while you're sitting there feeling sorry for yourself, looking at because you have the monitors in front of you,
yeah.
you see something that gives you a glimmer of hope for this holiday season. You see what looks like a guy wearing a tight-fitting mall cop uniform.
He's put on weight over the years.
Yes, put on more weight, but I'm wearing the same
Underwear on the
uniform. But
outside.
I'm wearing the same uniform, and I've got the sock that the sock.
The same
Oh,
sock.
sock, and I'm
Never been
wearing it.
washed.
Yes, and I'm posing in front of one of the mall displays.
Merry Christmas,
Very
everyone.
good. B-roll credits.
That was sad. What a fiasco.
Yep. Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for hanging in there with us and for joining us for the Backward-Compatible.com podcast episode number 54, our holiday special.
We promise we don't hate Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy
I love
Hanukkah,
it.
Yeah,
Happy
Merry
Kwanzaa, or Happy December 25th if you don't subscribe to any of those. So
And a new year.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jen.
I'm Brian.
I'm Will.
Sarah.
And
And we'll see you guys next time. Happy holidays.
Wow.
well, now that we're not broadcasting,
Yeah.
Are we really not broadcasting?
no.